What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome in. This is Fan Friday, only on A2D Radio. Friday, we are brought to you again, not by this mouse or keyboard, but we are brought to you by eXp Realty. Our boy Alan Foy over there. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, look for a change in career or brokerage, contact Alan Foy of eXp Realty at 302-682-8820. All the rest of his information right down there on the bottom. Welcome in. Fan Friday, we're literally bringing it back, right? We took a little hiatus from the call-ins, but they are back on the table. So make sure if you're joining us tonight that you inbox one of our social media platforms anywhere right up there at the top, A2D Radio. If you're listening and you don't know that, then that's probably a different issue. But now you know. So if you want to get a hold of us, if you want to get some things off your chest tonight, feel free to chime in with us. And we're looking forward to having some of the family members on with us. I'm Tom Arnone. That's Jake Friel. Johnny Schmidt at the bottom. Pete Young, car issues, Cargate. We're not quite sure, but if he's here, he's here. If he's not, the show's going to go on just like it went on without me last week. Phillies, Blue Jays live reactions. Nothing. Bottom 5 right now, and 9 strikeouts, I think, against the Phillies lineup tonight as of right now. Let me recount that for the family out there. Yes, 9. Just to confirm, 9. 9 Ks from Steven Matz. I feel like he's owned us too. Like, even when he was with the Mets, like he's got us out all the time. We can never hit Steven Matz. So nothing. Velasquez, throwing well. I mean, right? He got 2 outs, bottom 5 right now, and he's only had 75 pitches. So, and a nothing game. So Vinny Velo has thrown well, mixed in his all-speed pitches a lot more. Actually pitched more than he ever has in the past, per se. Every other time I've ever watched him start, it's fastball city. And it looks like he has a little bit more control of his other pitches. And we're also going to do Sixers Magic live reactions. Sixers looking to clinch #1 seed in the Eastern Conference, which is so important to so many. Some people claim it's not. There's some people on YouTube telling me, Dom, it's not important to clinch home court throughout not clinch home court, but to be the #1 seed and clinch home court throughout the postseason. And not even just about the home court. It's important so you don't have to face either the Nets or Milwaukee in round 2. So I don't know why anybody would think it's not important to be the #1 seed. That's where you start, right? Start winning the East, and then you go from there. And we're going to go from there. And that's going to tie into our poll question. We'll keep you updated on this game as it goes on, but the Sixers are up 23 right now. So, but they've been known to give up 20-point leads. So, wouldn't be the first time this game became interesting. Our poll question that was brought to you by BodyCheckWellness.com. You can use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off at checkout. That's BodyCheckWellness.com. Promo code A2D. 20% off at checkout. Our poll question: Ben Simmons needs to step up in the playoffs if the Sixers hope to win a championship this season. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, join the conversation tonight. And like I told you, Fan Friday. So inbox our social media platforms if you want to hop on with us tonight. And I think anybody who says anybody that disagree is delusional, because we're not talking about just like going to the finals. We're talking about winning it too. I mean, he absolutely has to step up. That's an easy agree. And it's not Ben Simmons slander. That's not hatred of Ben Simmons. That's just telling you how it is. I mean, you can tell me what you consider step up. I mean, to me, it's like, dude, you got to give me 15 a night. Got to give me 10 and 10. I mean, you almost got to be a walking triple-double in terms of that and play great defense. Right? You got to be right around them numbers in the postseason. Right? We saw a Miami Heat team last night. Now, granted, we didn't get it done on the defense end. We were sloppy. There was more issues than just offensively. But they doubled Joel. They wanted the ball out of Joel Embiid's hands, right? And I'm not saying everybody's going to do that, but that's just one example of a team that did. Well, that's where I need, again, the feel the room stuff that we've talked about a million times, guys. Feel the room and know, hey, this is the night that I might need to go off for 30. I need to have myself a 25 piece. They're the nights you got to do it. And again, I think he had, 6 attempts?
Something like that, yeah.
25 minutes? And Joel had 9 attempts? So it's not like Joel clogged up the attempts. So there are the times I would like to see you. I would like to see you, show up a little bit more on the stat sheet per se. Okay, and I think they win an NBA championship. I absolutely think he needs to step up, and it starts offensively for him, because we already know what kind of defender he is. So we know we're going to get that. Now, can you give me 15, 18 a night? When people try to get the ball out of Joel Embiid's hands and make somebody else beat you, you have to give me 18 a night in the postseason. I would think that's an easy, common sense scenario, unless, Steph Curry's going off for 30, right? Or, Tobias is going off. I mean, you don't have a million options here. He's a max player. And I don't know why we continue to talk about it and punch him square in the face about it. And I pray to God, and maybe we have a prayer service before the start of the playoffs. I just pray to God that this guy figures it out and can not develop, but just let it air out. Air it out. Let your hair down when the postseason gets here. Right? Do your makeup. Let your hair down. Enjoy yourself a little bit. Enjoy yourself a tiny bit. That would be glorious. Can we still win it without that? Maybe. I mean, that would take an unbelievable effort from Joel Embiid and the rest of this team. But I mean, anything's possible with one of the MVPs of the league on your team. But this guy's got to step up. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, family out there, what do you guys say? Can't wait to hear the disagrees, unless it's something that I didn't think of, which please sell me on then. Please tell me. So, agree or disagree, boys? What do you guys say? Family out there, chime in. Let us know.
Yeah, I think for me, it's an easy agree. Same thing with what you said, Tom. We know how good Ben is on the defensive side of the basketball, but it's just give me 10 or 12 even. 15, okay, I'll be jumping for joy if we get 15 out of them, but at least show me some kind of pulse on offense. Fine distributing and whatever. You're the highest, assist and 3-point assist made or something like that in the league?
Yeah, I think it's not created for him. But
yeah. I've never heard of it till this year, but they're like, oh, Ben's has the highest.
I've never heard anyone give another player credit for someone else making a shot before Ben Simmons.
Right. You gotta start reaching for.
Gotta add 3 points onto his total every time he passes to a 3-pointer. Just making sure.
Yeah, just add that 1 point to his stat sheet. But no, honestly, just give me 10, 12 a night, even maybe a jump shot here or there. But for Ben, I feel like that's even asking too much. Mm-hmm. And we know his history as far as the playoffs go. He's okay in the regular season, but then come the postseason, he just kind of disappears. You don't see him as aggressive. Now, again, he's stepped up a little bit as far as aggression. We've seen more of the aggression this year. Now, hopefully that means we see it in the playoffs more. But as far as winning a championship goes, we need Ben to step up, absolutely. Otherwise, I think we will just get to the Eastern Conference or the finals and then just come up short, which I don't think any of us want.
Yeah, look, I mean, it has to be agreed to the poll. Otherwise, you're clueless. Honestly, I mean, Ben Simmons needs to step up for the Sixers. And I know Tom said if we want to make the finals, I mean, You can tell me I'm overreacting if you want to tell me I'm overreacting, but what's gonna happen now that we just lost that game to the Miami Heat? Right, we just lost that game. We're gonna have to see them in the second round. There's like a 90% chance that they're gonna stay in the 5-4 because they just won that game.
Mm-hmm.
The only situation they don't is if the Hawks and the Knicks win all their games left, so they got to go 4-0, and the Heat have to lose to the Bucks, which the Bucks may be resting their players, so that may not happen. So the Sixers caused a situation where we're going to have to face the Heat in the second round of the playoffs. And if Ben Simmons doesn't step up, we're done in the second round. We are done in the second round. That's just what's going to happen. And my thing is, like, right, we all know Joel Embiid didn't have a great game. He was flown out to Miami the probably 5 hours before the game. He had some type of sickness. He didn't look like himself. He had 2 rebounds in the entire game as a 7-footer. That is a game where you were supposed to pick your teammate up. You're supposed to help out your team and put the team on your back and realize, all right, our big guy's getting shut down. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. He did nothing. He stood there. And for you to be getting carried all season by Joel, and you can't even help him out one game, that really disgusts me. It just does. And it's just going to happen in the playoffs, like usual, and we're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to disagree with that. I still don't think they're a second-round exit team.
If they see the Heat, they are.
No, they're not. Stop.
I don't think so.
Jimmy Butler owns us.
I'm sorry. Jimmy Butler owns who?
He owns us. How many times have we seen it? He kills us
Stop.
every time.
Stop.
I'm not going to put too much stock.
I'll make you a deal right here on A2D. If we get blown, I bet you Devonta Smith jersey, we don't lose in the second round.
I don't want to bet against my team, but I also like that bet.
That's how confident I am we'll win.
You're getting a free jersey. You don't have to do anything else.
I mean,
it's an easy agree.
Okay, Pete. Pete just shows us how confident Pete is that we will not lose the Miami Heat.
Yeah, you bet your ass.
Okay, all right.
I'm willing to man up. I'll put my money where my mouth is.
Fair enough.
I mean, listen,
look, I get what you're.
They're not an easy out.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I will say about the Sixers potentially playing the Heat, right? Having home court is huge in that series because I swear to God, whenever the Sixers go to Miami, I don't know what it is. Maybe Ben's going on the beach looking for the next Kardashian. Joel going to the club, like whatever's going on. We never win in Miami, ever.
So
like, I cannot remember the last time we won in Miami. Maybe we won 1 out of the last 5 games there.
So
but
when we won in the
playoffs.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Like when we won
who was on that team? Dwayne Wade and Josh Richardson. Like that wasn't a good team.
I'm not. But you just said we don't win in Miami, and I gave you an example.
Okay, all right. I should clarify that. In the Jimmy Butler era, when have we won in Miami?
No better time than the playoffs.
All right. Well, I'm just saying. I think if we see them, it's minimum 7-game series.
Cool. I mean, nothing would give me more pleasure than to send Jimmy Butler home to where he can spend the next 6 months complaining and yelling at his teammates about how they don't work hard enough.
So, Pete, since you came in a little bit late.
Sorry, guys. I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. Since me, Tom, and John answered the poll question, Ben Simmons needs to step up in the playoffs for the Sixers to hope to win a championship this season. Agree or disagree?
I mean, yeah, obviously I agree. Like, I want him to step up. I need more from him. But I'm not Johnny's doom and gloom where Ben Simmons was the cause of, like, the War of 1812 and everything else that's happened in the world. Should have seen him last night. He was going crazy. Like, Ben Simmons is...
I was there. I heard it.
Ben Simmons is the reason that Joel Embiid only had 2 rebounds. I'm sorry. He's an MVP candidate. I expect more. Obviously, I expect more from Ben. But everything that goes wrong with Joel is not Ben Simmons' fault.
That's not the point, though.
Okay, but why can they double Pete? Why can they double Joel? Because they don't have to worry about 2-5 ever shooting or attempting to go to the rim.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like obviously I need more from him. I want 12 to 15 a game from him. I need him to be more aggressive.
12 to 15, he was doing that in his rookie year. How about 17? How about improvement?
Everybody needs to fill the fucking room right now. 12-15 last night. What are we talking about right now? They doubled your best player. They got the ball out of his hands, right? It's time. I like to say I don't care about money, but in the NBA, I do when you're a max money guy, because that dictates that you're a star and you can carry a team, right? So last night, fill the damn room out one time and go drop me 30. You can do it against Rudy Gobert before the All-Star voting's done to make yourself look good. Then do it for your teammate last night. Guy, like Johnny said, guy flew in, probably didn't even have to fly into that goddamn game. Could just wait at home for Orlando. Flew into that game on a primetime game, was obviously lackluster, right? There's nothing to say about that. Didn't look like himself, right? I don't like to make excuses for anybody, but I'll make an excuse for a guy who's been dominant all damn year, okay? So how about somebody else pick up the slack one time? Like literally, it's your time to shine. It's your time on prime time to go to fuck off and make a name for your damn self before playoff time. But no, it's the same MO. It's 6 attempts in 25 minutes. It's stand around. It's not having an impact. And don't tell me, anybody out there try to tell me he played defense last night. That's a crock of shit. A crock of shit. Nobody did. Not even.
They looked garbage last night. I know what you're saying that.
So, I mean, I'll give last night a pass. Like, whatever. It's over with. Right, win the night, be the number 1 seed, exactly. But that shit can't go on come postseason time. And that's
I'll 100% agree with you. I'll say I have no issue saying that type of shit can't happen in the playoffs.
I wasn't saying you. You're not a stain. You know, when it been finished, like you know what I mean. You're not
like. Look, I'm his number 1 supporter, but I'm also the what the fuck are you doing? I need more from you guys. I have no issue being that guy.
You probably got a Wooder tattoo on your ass of Ben Simmons. I'm not gonna say you got the real full tattoo. So you're not like that off the rocker, but you're semi off the rocker. I'm more talking to people that you can never say anything wrong about them. Like that can't go on. I'll pass up last night.
Yeah,
but like I understand where people are upset, but that's a night. Like even if you lose, like even if you end up losing that game last night. Just feel the damn room, dude. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
like,
Tom.
Shoot a couple threes. Do something.
I feel like that's a good way to put it. How you said, like, all right, that game's behind us. We're moving into the playoffs. That just can't happen again. That's a fair way to put it, right? My issue with that is, and we all saw, I'm assuming everyone saw, Doc, nonchalant, it doesn't matter, laughing it off, right? Mm-hmm. All right, cool. That's fine, Doc. In the playoffs, the Miami Heat now know from that game, we can outplay the Sixers when we want to. They know we are mentally tougher than the Sixers. We showed that to them. We gave them the confidence when we play them in the playoffs to punch us in the mouth. Anyone that saw the Padres fan fight where the dude got clocked and he just buckled, right? That's what happened to the Sixers. One punch, night. And now the Heat know that we are soft, and they can do that to us whenever they want. That's my issue with that game, not about the outcome.
I think you're just got overboard.
Destroyed.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
Time. We got sent packing with our tails between our legs.
Bro, it's a meaningless game. I don't
care about a meaningless game. You got to show up at least if you lose, right? You lose.
Who cares? What is it like? This isn't like this is a game on the line that's going to make or break our season. Like, oh man, if we lose this game, we don't get the 1 seed. If we lost that game and then 3 straight or whatever to the Magic, then I could look at that game and be like, oh man, that's where it went south, or that's where we screwed up. I can't because we win tonight. It's the number 1 seed, and we're right where we need to be. Like one game is not going to make or break your series.
You're right. I cannot give the Sixers the benefit of the doubt of mailing games in when it comes to, we'll turn it on in the playoffs because we haven't won anything.
This isn't the same team. You're using
we have not won
qualifiers for different teams.
I think we're overreacting a little bit, right? Like and it's fine. Like overreact. Like I'm like in the middle here. Like overreact. Like there's knee-jerk pranks you can find on the Sports Hounds every Monday night. Who Monday nobody can beat them. They're unbeatable. And then he's posting today that he don't know if we can trust them. So this isn't good, right? They're winners 8 in a row. Right, they got themselves to the point where they're really 1 game away from clinching. The Indiana game is whatever to me, and honestly, the Miami game would I have loved a better showing. I'm not like it just shows me I am not good enough without Joel Embiid. It's as simple as that, right? Because Indiana, I didn't have him, and then literally last night, I essentially didn't have him. Okay, I had him, but didn't have him, per se. Right, and I think this team knew, though, in a way, like, hey, I got 2 back-to-backs against Orlando. Like, this is ours. See, it's sort of over. Like, we're, you know what? And it's a back-to-back. You got to travel back. You got to fly back into Philly and then go beat a team that has nothing to lose, which is what you should do. But then go beat the doors off like you are right now. You know, that says a lot about their toughness and their character, though. So I'll give them that. That doesn't has nothing to do with Ben. That's just with this as a collective group. Like, I think they're tougher than they were in years past because of the veterans they have. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion on them. So I don't want to be like, oh, well, they're losing the second round to Miami. No, I said from day one, and some guys heard me, that's a tough out. Like, I just want to make it clear with everybody. That's not an easy out. That's a great coach team. That's a lot of talent and a team that can give or take. You don't know what night you're getting them on. Can shoot the lights out like they did last night. So you just don't know what night you're getting them. But I still think we beat them. I still think we beat them in a series because we have home court, and I think over a 7-game series, Joel Embiid imposes his will on you.
This is my issue with what scares me with what you just said about Joel Embiid, right? When Joel Embiid is with this particular Sixers team, the 2020-21 Sixers, when Joel Embiid is not clicking and he's having a poor game, we're not winning. That's not going to happen. Back in the playoffs, last time the Sixers played a legit playoff series, I'm not going to count the bubble, right? Because we had injuries and it was a weird year and everything, right? Terrible roster. Last time we played in the playoffs, the Toronto Raptors series, Joel Embiid really only played 2 or 3 good games out of 7. He didn't play good all the games. Some of those games we lost.
Johnny, it doesn't matter. Never forget the meme. Never forget the meme. He cried after it. So anything before the cry is irrelevant to me now, right? Because I haven't had to judge it since the cry. That was why last year was so important to me. Last year, that season, because I wanted to see him because he coasted. You remember, beginning of last year, he coasted through the regular season, and I said, "Everybody, calm down." Right? He's thinking about the postseason. That's where his head's at because he's still crying, essentially. Right? So I want to see him postseason after crying.
I'm not even talking about.
We'll know though if he has lackluster games. I don't think he will though.
I'm not talking about Joel Embiid in particular.
Name me a stretch where Joel had more than 1 or 2 games in a row where he had crap games together.
No. You guys are misconstruing what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to call out Joel, right? I'm just saying what happened in that series. What did we see, right? Joel had a poor game too. Right?
Bad spacing, and guys not being where they're supposed to be.
Okay,
they're 100% different on this team.
Right. Who won us game 2?
Better coaching, better spacing, and an actual game plan for players and a system that works. Completely different team.
Pete, who won us game 2? A superstar. Jimmy Butler won us game 2. He saved us when Joel wasn't playing well. Now,
shot clock violations or is that after shot clock violations?
Well, I mean, that's Brett Brown.
Never going to leave my head, John.
That is Brett Brown.
He could have carried us to 3 straight wins and dropped 40 a night, and I'll never forget the fucking 3 straight shot clock violations with the ball in his hands, and nobody talked about it after the series. Nobody talked about it. But no, I get you. I get your fear, but just I'm trying to talk you off the ledge, right? I'm like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm trying to talk you off the ledge right now. That this is different. Like, he's different. He's never had a year this consistent when he's played. He never has. And I know he's missed 19 games. I get that. But he's never had a year like this where he's played. He's been just dominant night in, night out. Never. He's had ups and downs. He really has. Let's be real about Joel Embiid. There'll be nights he comes out and shoots a 3 too many times in years past, right? He has never had a year where it's just been boom, boom, and even missing games and coming back and still playing to that level. So I want to hope that those days are done. But to your point, though, is postseason basketball, even with one star, somebody else has to step the hell up.
That's the problem, though. Who's going to step up? There's no Jimmy Butler anymore.
We're gonna find out. Like, there's no use crying about crap from 2 years ago. This is the team we are now. This is what we have. Buckle up, Junior. Get ready.
Peach is upset about the poll question.
Well,
Yeah.
No, I agree with the poll.
reality of the situation is, and I know this isn't us.
You're not
This
being
isn't something that
rational, though. That's the thing.
He
The
is
reality
being rational though. He is like I'm in the middle of you two. I feel like I'm the guy in the middle. Like so I should just they could cut me right in the middle here, right? That's where I would be with you two, right? Because he's not being irrational though. Like who is the other damn guy?
Mhm.
Who? Tobias? Okay, since him coming back from his injury, he hasn't looked as good. He hasn't. He just hasn't. Seth constantly night in, night out. The only guy I'm confident hitting open shots in come playoff time is Danny.
Mhm.
I got to see Tobias. I'm confident in Joel and Danny come playoff time. Seth, I'm comfortable with. But like, this is Ben or die. This is Ben or die in terms of winning a championship. We're not just talking about going to one. We are talking about the poll question, winning a damn one. And it's going to live or die by this guy. And even in the second round, because you're going to play most likely a damn good basketball team. Okay? And it's going to depend on him.
Mm-hmm.
And more than just defensively. Damn it. Damn it. It's like he sits around and waits everybody else to bail his ass out, I feel like. I can't believe it's the constant shows. I just do constant shows bashing the guy, and I don't hate him. I didn't want to trade him. Like, it's amazing. Like, I still wouldn't trade him because I know it's there. You freaking tickled my balls last year. I'm still getting my balls tickled from last year's freaking highlight tape you wanted to roll out before the start of the 2019 season. All right? You fadeaways in the gym. Freaking tracking threes. Like, who's this guy? Is that Jordan? Left-handed Mike?
he should just never. If you're not going to shoot in the game, don't show me
come
videos
on.
on YouTube of you shooting in an empty gym or you shooting in a pickup game because there's no point. All right, there's no point. Either do it in the game or stop doing it. Because if you're going to work on it in the summer and not do it in the game, you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do with him, but I still believe we can go to the Eastern Conference Finals because Joel's that good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Johnny,
I'm going to stand on.
I'm an XL.
Sixers up 30 right now, by the way.
Yeah. And
Man, we're done for.
It's the Orlando Magic, dude. Like literally, we played. How many cupcake games have we played in a row? This is another problem. This is another
Ah, you play what you play.
Easy, Durant. Somebody tell Durant to calm down there with the cupcakes. Okay, we talk about the NBA. They won 8 in a row when they were supposed to. Come on.
Would they go, Tom? Would they go like 8-3 when Joel was hurt? Like, come on! Like this team has stepped up when it's needed to. Like even without its star player.
True.
Like
True. It's true.
Like when we talk about guys not stepping up, we were missing our MVP player, and this team stood up to good teams without him. Like obviously, this team is only going to go as far as Joel Embiid, but to say. Like it's just ridiculous to say that like they haven't done what they've needed to do, and that this one game is their undoing. If anything,
is he back? No, he's freezing up. Hold on, Pete. 1 second. You're right, because you know when we talked about the Joel stretch, we were like, all right, are they going to go 3-8? Right? Like, or are they going to go, you know what I mean? And they went 8-3. So I get it. They've stepped up with in his absence, but this is different. This is stepping up postseason time.
Yeah, exactly. That is different. And we've had multiple.
100%. We all need that from Ben.
What's up, Todd?
What the hell?
What up, Todd?
What's happening?
What's up, baby?
We're living the dream.
What's going on with y'all?
Where you
we're talking
been?
about goddamn Ben Simmons again. That's what's going on with us. It's nothing good.
Well, that's another goddamn subject that is getting old and retarded. And it's like, for me, is okay, we clinched #1 seed. That Miami game should have woke everybody up. Like, hey, if it's playoff season and you talking about you want #1, you better come on every court and be serious. Because that's what that Miami game showed me. Y'all, it was just one of those games where everybody just relaxed and thinking they was going to get crowned that night. And Miami is like, no, motherfucker, we're going to be seeing y'all in the playoffs. We're going to send a warning shot for you.
For sure. 100%.
And that's why Dwight Howard is, suffered a suspended game because he didn't have his head in the game. He should have known they was going after him. You just
that was
that
planned.
not too long
That was
ago.
for
Come
sure
on,
planned.
man. You take
Udonis
out
has
Dwight
him
Howard,
winning
that means Joel Embiid is going to be wore the fuck out.
Hold on, you guys act like they put a gun to our head last night. Like we gotta be scared to death of them. I mean, they've underachieved all year.
Oh, I'm not talking about being scared. I'm talking about that was the wake up call.
Johnny thinks it was a statement game for the Miami Heat last night. I don't take it like that.
Oh, no. It was like a quick little, hey, if you're not serious, you can get the fuck out.
Yep.
That was the wake up call from my Philly standpoint. Was like, hey, Doc went like this. Hey, y'all ain't serious. We're gonna be out in the second round. Period.
This is a good one. Talked about Joel Embiid crying. Rise right. I think Ben needs a nice cry. You know what I mean?
He'll never cry. He doesn't care enough.
True.
That's fair. Yeah, that's true.
We're not
like I said, when the playoffs start, that's when we can really
How do you
take
know
notes
that?
and really.
You told me you hanging out with him. You text him back and forth.
I mean, I feel like he's got a pretty nice life. He can lose. He'll go back home, drive a Lambo, go meet up with Kendall, have a good day.
I think you're jealous, and it's okay.
Jealous.
Like you want that life.
To be Ben Simmons,
I want that life. We all
$180
want that life, baby.
million to stand on the court and pass the ball to an open shooter, I would be having a blast.
Not one thing, it's another.
No,
my goodness.
He wants us to just overlook. You know what I mean?
Look, when he sucks,
call
call him out on it. But Johnny's got this crazy conspiracy with Ben. It's a little over the edge, just a little bit.
I don't think it's over the edge at all. What, he cares more about his cars than basketball?
I can't make that declaration. Like, I don't know him like that. Like,
if you mess with that Kardashian, man, you messing with that Kardashian curse, and we all done seen the repetitions or how many bodies they done claimed. So, hey, I don't think messing with a Kardashian, Jenner, whatever, anybody from that goddamn family, that's a curse. So,
are the Nets playing tonight? Out of curiosity.
No, I think the Nets play tomorrow against the Bucks. But Pete, you want us to give Ben the benefit of the doubt, like. Okay, what you're saying is wait until he does bad in the playoffs, then you can get on it. Why am I giving him the benefit of the doubt when he has never shown me that he can perform in the playoffs? It's not innocent until proven guilty. Ben has been proven guilty multiple times, so that's why we are suspect of him.
When has Joel proven he can stay healthy in the playoffs?
Here we go. I could smell the deflect coming from a mile away here.
This is what the Ben fans do. They want to put it all on MVP.
Oh my goodness, he cried.
Yeah, but we can play the blame game all day. I need Ben to step up.
Peter, we already discussed this. He cried. He cried after game 6, 7, whatever fuck game it was. I don't even know anymore. It doesn't matter. He cried. And then after the cry, he's a different guy. So we can't bring him up.
Okay. All right. We need to get Ben crying. We'll get some onions out. Like we'll hit him in the dick. I don't know. Like we'll do something. I'll spray his favorite Lambo. What do you want me to do?
I would love to see him just come out and prove us all wrong and ball out.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, hell, if Ben gives me 3 40-night games, I'm going to be ecstatic.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. There will be someone in the corner who finds something. It's like, yeah, that's a nice 40-point game, but he only had like 4 assists.
Exactly. I mean, like the reason why I'm like trying to stay positive for Ben is because he hasn't had that one dominating, like, I won't even say a month. Like he started developing, and next, he just fell off the cliff, and it was like then we're worried about him again.
Well,
but it's like that whole roller coaster. We got to stay consistent.
The first game of the
Todd, remember what happened, Todd? All right, he started to hear the rumors. Tom likes to say this. He started to feel the room a bit. He realized he wasn't going to make the All-Star game. He was like, "All right, here we go. Time to strap up." He made the All-Star game because he played great for 2 weeks, and then we haven't seen it since.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like we gotta somehow, instead of 2 weeks, add like 3 to 4 weeks behind that 2 weeks, because now we're in the playoff season, and this is like it's a whole month, 2 months long. of straight, like, you got to be performing. Because everybody, the spotlight's on you now. When you're in the playoffs, everybody going to know your damn name. Especially when you make it to the Eastern and Western Conference.
You know what we need for Ben, right? We need him to not win the Defensive Player of the Year award. That maybe will motivate him because he cares a whole lot about individual awards. We need him to lose that award to get pissed off. Rudy Gobert, let's get it.
Yeah, I don't even know if that'll motivate him, to be honest with you. I don't know.
No.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, that's I just want consistent play. I mean, this is playoff time.
I agree with you, Todd. I want consistent play from him. I want him
we've been saying that for
I want him to be the player I know.
Yeah, I know. It's a broken record. It's like I don't like number one seed.
I'm tired of talking about him.
Because I get triggered by you down there. Like you have like this smirk when you talk about him. Like I can't. You know what I mean? I can feel it. I can feel it. Feel it. You know what I mean?
There's a fix in, Tom. There's a fix in.
Yeah, like, there's a fix. There's a fix with him down there. All right.
I do nothing. I'm innocent.
He's like, Tom's like, I ain't buying this shit.
What's ironic to me?
Just be tough this postseason. Like I don't expect you to come out and start shooting jumpers like you play coy with us all year. You know what I mean? Just be aggressive and tough, dude. Like I'm not asking for you to be Jordan, dude. I'm just asking you to be tough. Be tough. Get offensive rebounds. Go amongst the trees once in a while. You're 6'11", right? Miami should never out rebound us ever. I don't care if Joel Embiid has 5 rebounds. They should still not out rebound us. We're way too athletic and tall of a roster to be getting out rebounded. Period in games, and that comes down to them a little want to. So I'm asking him this postseason to show us all out here that you have a want to. Because like when I talk to players or you watch players, all we asked for in Philly is to show us you want it. Mm-hmm. And we'll give you a lot of breaks on A, B, C, and D if you just show us that you care and you want it. We don't ask for a lot. We fall in love with dudes who fucking stink because they'll run through a wall, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like just think about some of the guys who came through this city that weren't as talented as some of the special players that were beloved and guys that were great. Right? Mr. Throw Up, as people like to say, even though I'm a huge 5 guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge Donovan guy, but I defend Donovan. Still will. Still do. But half the fan base hated him for some reason. Right? And so it's like that's just going to be the case. We just ask for toughness. And if a guy's tough to me.
Half the fan base hated him because they didn't want to be wrong about booing him on draft night. They never want to admit it.
I'm not
They're dead wrong.
Well, since we talking about the whole Philly aura, I mean, can we give Hurts like some fucking credit for actually doing what Philly was known for, being a hard worker, putting in the fucking work, man? Because I'm tired of talking about quarterbacks. I'm tired of talking about these 3 trade bullshits. I mean, he's bringing back what Philly was known for: packing your lunch, putting in the work, grinding, working hard.
I think one thing you can
Carson Wentz didn't work hard.
Well,
we heard
more about him hunting over the offseason than anything else. I still love Carson, but I like a guy that's putting his wide receivers, practicing all day, getting the routes right. I mean, he's constantly in the NovaCare complex. He's not going out hunting, but I'm putting the Carson Wentz era behind. That's in the rear view. No more Carson Wentz talk. We talking about right now. We talking about Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith. Everybody's going fucking crazy about the Slim Reaper looking good in shorts right now. I could care less. I don't care about when a quarterback and wide receiver working hard.
I'm not giving you credit for doing exactly what the last guy did. He went and go to do some stuff with his wide receivers. That's great. That's what Carson did. I expect that from Jalen Hurts. When he wants props from me, he has to go do something. There's no going one.
I'm not talking about
50% completion percentage. There's no 9 fumbles.
There's something you can give him props for, right? You can give Jalen Hurts props for, I feel like, how he's handled the situation, because the Eagles still haven't really given him a ringing endorsement. All he's done, what Todd is saying is, all he's done is put his head down and realize, okay, I'm going to block out the noise. I'm just going to worry about what I can control and try to get better. Now, I like what he's doing. Of course, we have to see it on the field before we can, really be a pom-pom Jalen Hurts fan.
But it's called the mindset. It's like, hey, we put in the work. We got a 17-game season. We got to be working here, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of being called Club Blue Med. I mean, we all talking about the injury report. The whole team been injured.
Was behind me. I'd feel really confident too.
Carson,
it's not about that. It's
Carson
about
last year.
If you already know that, okay, Joe Flacco, I'm not worried about him taking my job. Are you going to just kind of relax during this offseason? I like a guy that's putting in the work constantly.
None of that even matters. Like, that's all great. I'm telling you, I'm going to go organizationally at another opportunity today. The head coach, they give him a vote of confidence as their guy, and he skated around it. He skated around it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's media guys out there saying, like, he answered it great as a pro. No, he didn't again. He didn't again. I want to like Nick Sirianni. This isn't about Nick Sirianni because these shots are getting called from the top, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I'm not worried about the coach because we already know about playing rock, paper, scissors. So it's like that.
God, we're in May now. The schedule's already released for next year. If you don't know who your damn starter is by right now after the draft, and you can't commit to your starter, we got bigger problems here. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
because I don't know if he's trying to put up a smoke screen.
Hear me out.
I don't know.
Because even if you want to go get a guy like Watson, even if that's right.
I think it is. I think that's what they're trying to do.
That's what I think so too.
Fine. But you still give this guy, you still say this is my guy right now. It's not going to affect the deal. If anything, it helps your deal. It helps your deals. Is this okay? Are people okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to trade him as part of your deal. You're actually going to go get Deshaun Watson and keep Jalen Hurts. Punch yourself square in the fucking dick.
It makes no sense. Tom, they love the controversy. They love having people talk about this every day. It's just they're addicted.
That's the only reason
he's
why.
Jerry Jones 2.0. He loves the fact that he's being talked about every 2 seconds, whether it's good or bad. As long as he's in the news, he loves it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we haven't heard anything. But it's like when you see the photos or you see the noise like behind the doors, you see the Sirianni and Jalen Hurts talking. They even got the wide receivers huddled up. So it's like it's one of those they know. But they still want to keep talking about this Watson trade. If we get 3 first-round picks for Watson, I'm sorry, I don't care how good Watson is. Those are building blocks for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, especially on a loaded draft. I can't live with myself. I couldn't live with myself giving 3 first-rounders for 1 quarterback. I don't care how good that quarterback is.
Like right now, because I don't know if he's going to play, but I have a sinking feeling that the Eagles. Whether it's this year or next year, no matter what, they already have some type of deal, like a handshake deal in place for Deshaun. I just feel like
that's not Deshaun, and it's someone else. Like I
have an idea of who they want. Yeah.
Going out and finding someone because they were talking about this today and how Hurts wasn't in any of the promotional packages for this season and everything. And I'm like, interesting.
That doesn't matter though.
That means anything. I just think it's interesting timing given the fact that Deshaun Watson, the Watson feeler just came out.
Derek Carr wasn't in promotional packages for the Raiders. Same thing can be said for a bunch of other teams that have quarterback situations they don't know if they're going to keep for the whole year. So you just never know.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that shit. If you didn't tell me, I would have known. Goldie, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Every legit franchise around the National Football League sure as hell knows who their quarterback is in the goddamn summertime. Are we okay? This isn't like another position. Oh, we don't know who our left tackle's going to be. Oh, we don't know who our other corner is going to be. We got to compete. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Goldie, this is different than every other football team. They traded the guy they just signed, which is fine. It's over with, for the guy they drafted. But they can't announce him as their starter? Y'all good with that shit. You keep drinking this damn Kool-Aid that they're serving up at the NovaCare.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I'm not buying that shit. It would be nice to say Hurts is our starter, but if they still want to play these smoke screens, even though we're done past the draft, we're trying to look forward to the starting the season. I mean, that's why I'm like, we bought into Hurts. We want to see what happens this season. If he balls out, we know we got a strong stance of building a dynasty. That's what I want, people. Okay, that's what I want. All right. I'm sorry to say, but the Cowboys are knocking on the door right now for that. But hate it or not, I mean they're set on offense. They just grab all nothing but defense.
Hold up.
They building something.
hold up, right? I
There's a
love
lot
what
of
you said about
criminals.
Jalen Hurts. I love what you said about Jalen Hurts. When you talk about the Cowboys, all right, they need to prove that they can win. All right, the Cowboys haven't won a damn thing for 27 years. So
Of course.
that's
I
what
mean,
it is.
it's on paper. I give it credit. They
It's
are
every
Super
year.
Bowl.
That's what it is with the Cowboys on paper.
Yeah,
every
they're a paper team. But if they come fruition,
that
if they
fucking
actually get everything going, because
Everybody
guess what?
that
They was putting up points, but we wasn't
traded-
scared of that defense.
Who the fuck's trading paper right now? I'll trade all my paper for that paper right now. Right now. You trade all the paper for paper right now. I'll sign up for that deal. I know Johnny never
That's
won
a
shit.
sexy piece of paper.
Yeah, that's a paper.
That is a nice
That's
piece
the
of
paper
paper.
that gets me a little warm inside, a little fuzzy, right?
That's,
Get a little
that's a top 3 offensive paper.
Tom, what did we say about the Cowboys last season? They could score points all day, but they couldn't stop nobody, right?
Not me or you,
I
no.
mean, it's hard to do
All right
anything
now.
when you're starting quarterbacks on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what?
Well,
It's
they
a
were
whole
1-4
new
when
season. It's a
Dak
whole
played
new ball
anyway,
game.
so.
And guess what? They're stacked. If Dan Quinn puts together a defense, we're fucked.
Oh, we already are fucked.
Dan Quinn had the worst passing defense in history of the NFL last year. They went from
With the Falcons, who name 5 good starters on the Falcons right
who do
now.
the Cowboys have at corner? They have just as bad corners.
Corners, but they gonna take Michael Parsons and he gonna turn into LT. Okay, they're not gonna say try to cover somebody. They're gonna say blitz all motherfucking day long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you might clown Diggs, but
No,
their secondary was fairly decent, and they tried to improve this year. They gonna get rid of a lot of fat around the linebacking core too. They gonna cut Vander
They got
Esch.
rid of Sean Lee,
Because-
all the fat. There you go.
Well,
Sean Lee, and they gonna cut Vander Esch because they got Jarrell Cox too. Let's not sleep on their fucking draft, okay?
I forgot they got
I
Jabril
will take
Cox.
their young secondary right now over our secondary.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Like, let's stop.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like the Giants. I don't like the Redskins. But I say facts where their teams are. Like, if you look at a division, yeah, you can say, oh, if Dak Prescott's hurt, the team falls. But guess what? He's healthy this year, and we done seen what he did with that offense.
Yeah.
Okay, the Giants. If Daniel Jones fail, yeah, we know they'll fall apart. But if you actually think if they actually succeed, dude, they got weapons. They're getting Barkley back. Like, let's not fucking kid ourselves.
Scary.
Thank you. I'm only looking within the division. I can't even go outside the NFC right now. But within their division, the teams stepped up. I mean, the Redskins still got that nasty ass defense. They just got Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, yeah, they suck at the quarterback play, but let's not get it twisted. They're strong at every position.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I'm looking within the division, guys. I don't give a fuck about the whole entire NFC. I ain't worried about trying to get home field advantage.
I'll tell you this though, Todd. I mean, I don't like talking schedules in May, but you get a last place schedule, and the last time the Eagles came in last place in the NFC East, they went on the winning division next year. So, take that for what it is.
I'm only like right now. It's May, like you said, it's May. I'm only looking within our division. I mean, because right now I done seen we broke down the schedules and try to keep ourselves realistic and not trying to give us like 11 wins or anything like that. But I'm like, hey, Carolina.
Well,
Carolina is one of those teams that's going to be scary good. Like, y'all can sleep on it, but all the question marks always revolve around quarterbacks. But I'm like this, okay, if you take the quarterback out, look how strong the teams are.
Yep.
From the defensive standpoint, from the offensive standpoint, and start from the offensive line of defense and work your way out.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you which teams are you going to have to worry about.
It's gonna be
because right now, if you got questions around quarterback, but the team is straight, that lets you know a whole lot. Okay, Daniel Jones don't be surprised if Daniel Jones tear it up.
I said that last year too, though, Todd. And
well, if he didn't fall, he would have had that huge highlight of that 80-yard touchdown run on us.
Yeah, if he didn't fall,
he didn't fall.
Having Kenny Galladay don't hurt.
Exactly, Kenny Galladay. They gave him a slot wide receiver with Tony.
He's got the Deshaun Jackson problem. He can never be on the field. He's always last year he played 4 games, I think. Year before that,
Who's
he played
that?
Kenny Galladay, Mr. Injury Prone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Him and Deshaun Jackson have something with injuries. So, I mean, he's a great receiver. I love him when he plays, but Daniel Jones is definitely in a contract year, especially with the Giants, because if he doesn't perform with all these weapons they got him, that great defense, he's going to be gone for sure. So,
Oh yeah.
Come on, JT.
Johnny, what are you talking about? Last year he played 5 games. The year before that, 15, 15, and 11.
All right, full count, bases loaded. Oof, 2 outs.
Well, like
JT.
all I say is, man, if we, as a fan base, we got to really back our. Well, I don't even know, because sometimes the front office done got us going up
The
and
wheels
down.
on
I
that
don't know.
car are broken, Todd. You're gonna need to fix them first.
Good hold.
Game. Let's
Tie
go.
game.
Well,
1-1.
Well, right now, first thing we got to break is that damn Club Med. I mean, we got to shut that down, because now for us, we're based our whole damn season on if we stay healthy.
Can we get the smoothies back?
Yeah, really bring.
Can we get the
bring the
smoothies?
smoothies
Can we get the heart monitors and the
Well, I was going to say,
the
like,
shit
whatever Chip
routine,
Kelly
'cause
did
everyone seemed
to
to stay
keep us
healthy at
guys
that point.
healthy.
Nobody was hurt then. That's the.
That's what I said.
Nobody was
Hey,
hurt.
that sports science shit that Chip Kelly brought in. we sucked, but hey, nobody was hurt.
I mean,
Yeah.
did we suck? I mean, we were pretty good for 2 years.
I mean,
Nah, I give it only
He was
one.
just a clusterfuck. Like he was just like. he was
One
just a
year we were
cluster-
like a surprise 10-6, but then the following year we were like a shit 10-6.
Yep.
The
Yeah, that
first game on Monday Night Football against Washington was like, we're never losing.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I'm talking about.
fast-paced offense. We thought everyone's going to get tired. We're going to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Fuck
Then our
yeah.
defense got
Carolina
tired.
game with Mark Sanchez.
Boy, I got a Gatorade bath of Kool-Aid on that one. I was so happy on that.
I was sitting at the jug handle with buddies, losing my shit over that game.
I
Fuck yeah,
don't-
you
I-
just
if
saw how
you're-
fast they was moving. There's just moving up
Mhm.
the ball up the field. I was like, yes,
Franchise.
nobody wants to do this.
Jesse said that Chip Kelly set up the Super Bowl team. I'm sorry. No. You can't.
No.
You
You
can't.
could make that.
No,
You could make
no,
that argument. That offense.
No,
that
you can't.
You had that offense in the back pocket for Nick Foles to use,
He
man.
cut Deshaun Jackson in his prime. Or not him. Not
He
him,
got
but
shit.
under his era, right? He
If
traded.
Jeffrey Lurie didn't want him gone, he wasn't gone.
Okay, right.
Well, that was
Lurie
the
said
perfect
you
definition of.
Let's go. Clear the
He
base.
traded Shady McCoy for
Yeah, let's go.
Kiko Alonso.
Let's go, Reese.
Huge double.
I mean, if you want to say he set us up for the Super Bowl era because indirectly we were so bad, we were put in position to get Carson. Sure, I mean he did a great job putting us in position to get a number 2 overall pick.
I mean, he drafted Lane Johnson. He's a part of it.
I mean, you got Lane Johnson, Zach Ertz. Who else under his fucking belt?
Trying to think.
I thought
Yeah,
Zach
that's-
Ertz was an Andy pick.
No.
No.
No,
he was
that
Chip.
was a Chip pick.
I think that was Chip's first year.
Yeah,
Yep.
Zach and Lane.
Chip knew the Pac-12 well.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Jesus, let's not go crazy about Casey Matthews
Jordan
making a
Hicks.
comeback for that year. The only player that was so happy about getting Chip Kelly
Yeah.
We got Jordan Hicks
got his
on here.
ass cut
Yeah.
that year.
I mean, I'll take I'll take Jordan Hicks back because he's on the market right now.
Yeah,
I'll take
he
him back.
wants to
Would
be
you-
traded. Let's get him back.
Would y'all do
that.
a straight up trade for Zach Ertz for Jordan Hicks?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
because-
they have Kyle Pitts now, so I don't even think they would do that.
The Cardinals don't have Kyle Pitts.
Or not Cardinals.
Yeah.
No, Falcons. Never mind. Ignore me.
Wrong bird
Say the
team.
Falcons. But yeah, no, I'd do it. If they took it, I'd definitely do it.
That's how I feel. I mean,
They
we did
love
trade
old-
Zach Ertz during the draft.
Yeah, but here's what's going to
Also-
happen.
They love
though.
old hurt guys right now.
Well, Jordan Hicks was healthy these past 2 seasons, and I can guarantee you, if we
Surprisingly.
trade for him and we get him back, it's going to get hurt again.
Dry air in the desert. That's why. Kayvon with a super chat. What's up, Kayvon? We appreciate it. He said,
Appreciate it.
Jalen Hurts wins a Super Bowl. They need to make a movie about his career. They probably will, Kayvon.
Yeah, they probably will.
Fuck yeah, they will.
If you guys out there that are listening want to support A2D, super chats, likes, subscribes, all them things.
Pounding that like button.
503.
Better be like Ron Jeremy when it comes to that damn like button.
We were told that. I think if he wanted Deion Jordan, he would have got him. But
Yeah.
I really hope the
They
Eagles
trade up
do-
massively for him.
I really do hope, like you said, Todd, that the Eagles give Jalen Hurts like a true shot at this, because the best situation, like you said, is if Jalen Hurts can be our guy, and then we can have those 3 first-round picks to fill in holes real easily.
Well, hold on. Let me
fear-
correct that. Two first round. Well, in a possible first round. I know everybody. I
only
know we keep on
way-
saying the possible 3. I mean, that's the hope I have for Carson, that he actually plays well, that it turns into 3 first rounders.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just want a fair shake for a quarterback, because you didn't do it for Carson. So I'm like, at least give this guy a fair shot, because he already got ridicule
Hurts
coming
doesn't
in
get
here.
a fair shot is if the Texans are like, you can get Jalen Hurts. We'll swap Jalen Hurts and Deshaun Watson, but you also have to give us a second and a fourth, and that's the only way that he ain't getting a fair shot.
Yeah, I mean, even if they say we'll give you Deshaun for a first and a second, I'll do it. I mean, that's we've seen Deshaun Watson be an elite quarterback in this league, and I'm not on board with the 3 first-round picks thing right now because of the whole situation.
Insane, especially with
That's
this
too much. But if the Texans bring the price down, I really feel like the Eagles will pull the trigger with or without Jalen Hurts being a star.
Well, I said it last week.
first,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I might be in a minority because I could have 3 next year, and I'm not giving you all 3 next year. What I'm saying is, I give you a first next year. I give
One
you
the year after that and a second. I mean, that's fair.
one year after that and a second. Yeah. So I mean, there's ways to do it where you're not like, per se, selling the farm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. For right now, the price was like the all 3 first rounders and everything. That's why I'm like, no, I'm not even thinking about it.
We're no doubt in the driver's seat. Like, if the Texans were willing to give up Deshaun Watson, the Eagles are the #1 destination because we just have the most draft capital at this point. After the Jets and the Miami Dolphins used it all up to pick their players, we have the most unknown picks. So,
can they hire Bill O'Brien back for a few weeks?
John, real quick on the super chat, Johnny, we appreciate you. Said #1 seed. Now let's go. Everyone. Let's come to our house. Clap your hands, everybody. No more 7 bounces. Right, that's it. Don't happen at home. So
we actually have fair rims that don't have magnets in them. So
goddamn Canadian magnets.
Congratulations to the Sixers. It's well deserved. They end up landing the #1 seed right now.
Yeah,
now we go to work, right, boys? This is what we talked about. You know, it's what we want to wait and see. So now it's time to go to work, and let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and we can go from there. So giddy up, good shit.
Who do we play in the first round? Or that still has to be
still up in the air. It could be the Hornets, the Celtics, or the Wizards. I think. One of those.
Oh my god, I love the Celtics.
Please let it be the Celtics.
Give us the
I'd love it to be the Celtics.
I can't wait. We're gonna sweep them, and then they're gonna say, "Well, we didn't have Jaylen Brown." They didn't want to hear that when we didn't have Ben Simmons all off season.
Nice
this
game
is
from Curry.
Sweep. I just can't wait.
Remember, they were talking all that shit last season. I'm ready.
They talked all that talk.
Not getting out of the playing games without Jaylen Brown. So
they're not. They're really not. They're not.
You know,
I think we beat that ass even if Jaylen Brown was healthy. So
I agree with that. I mean, we killed them every game we played them this season. It doesn't matter with Jaylen Brown, without Jaylen Brown. They're not anything.
They don't have the size to match up with us. You know what I mean? So they don't have the size.
I'm so happy that Alec Boehm just got that hit. He needed that.
Oh, he needed. Yeah, absolutely.
He's like the unluckiest player on the team right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's had an unlucky start to his year. But you know what's funny though is Adam. What's funny is Adam Hazley wants to make his return as soon as our Double starts hitting. Isn't it funny how that works? I guess the sports psychiatrist clicked in, right? The sports psychiatrist he needed clicked in or whatever the hell it was. Because as soon as the Double started hitting, it's like, oh, Adam Hazley's returning. Oh.
No, that's called that fear of the job on the line. That's all that is.
That might be done by the time he gets himself back ready to go. You know what I mean? It might be done because all this guy's got to do is hit for another week, and I don't think they're changing him.
Well, he's already up to 233, so I mean that's way better than he was giving you.
Oh my god! I mean, his production already is better than anybody's giving, and that's not saying a lot. I mean, just out there. Just struck out there because we're talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like
Great
I said,
inning,
it's
though.
still early in the season. Like I said, it's so hard to get like a bead on early season.
Yeah, it's still very
ball
early.
game.
What?
It really is.
Phillies?
What's up?
What with the Phillies?
Yeah.
Nah.
They'll be hot for a while, and it's like that one funky ass game, and it just puts them in a rut.
No, I mean, I would give them the early call any other year, but this one they don't get any excuses this year. So,
they're getting the real Godfather this year. Oh shit!
I'm up in that ass this year. I'm up in it. I got binoculars
you'll date with the Phillies. You take them out to dinner and make them feel welcome. Nah, you getting up in it.
I mean, when you've had a 10-year playoff drought, it's about time we start holding you to something.
Yeah, I'll put a cigar up
Middleton's
ass. I'll shove a cigar right up Middleton's ass. I can promise you don't have a good time.
Middleton talked all about stupid money and how he doesn't care how much it costs to win. Well, he's got to back that up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's what I say.
When Dombrowski is in your building, yeah, that's stupid money.
I mean, that's what I don't like the front office. And as soon as the front office is always talking about winning and this is what we want to be normal, it's like they run it down in the damn drain. I don't understand, because they start to believe in that analytics bullshit and not believe it in their own damn eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You're referencing this is the new norm.
You just need a good, consistent approach. Like, you can't just be like, launch angle. Only thing that matters is the launch angle, because you're gonna fuck up your players and the team and everything and all the approaches. Like,
launch angle is garbage, because Mike Trout. I saw something. Mike Trout has less than 15% off his launch angle than he did like last year, and he's having the best season of his career. Launch angle means nothing.
No.
No, yeah, obviously. Like, I don't. That's one of the stats I don't really give a shit about. But, like, look, analytics are important, but you just can't be. That can't be the only thing you're putting into your team. Be like, only analytics. We're only. It's like if you ran a baseball team or a football team. It's like, well, the numbers say it's 99.9% of the chance to succeed if we go on the 1 yard line. You're like, no, fuck it. Like, you can't just ignore the numbers
damn analytics, because how are you gonna tell me a guy that is projected, not is or has the future of being projected to have a career like Aaron Donald? That's what your analytics says, but you're taking him in the damn 4th or 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't like shit like that. Okay, because we know what Aaron Donald looks like. We done seen him. We feared him. Okay,
don't fucking patronize me.
Hey, thank you.
Don't try to fucking pull the wool over my eyes. Like it's my first time watching Aaron Donald. Yeah, calm down.
That's how I felt when they talking about he's projected to have an Aaron Donald career. Get the fuck out of here. Aaron Donald went 1 number all, okay? And there was a reason. He dominated in college and he dominated in the NFL. Your eyes cannot lie about that. I don't care what kind of analytics says about that shit.
It's not even analytics. They're just doing comparable measurables and stuff like that. That's not even analytics. It's just comparable combine stats.
And I compare where freaking I can see a guy line up and he beats him constantly every damn time and has multiple highlights of doing that against multiple different teams and different schemes. That's my analytics. Eyes don't lie.
God, did you like the
analytics is a projection?
2017? Because that's what Doug was doing. He was listening to the analytics instead of just being like, fuck it, I'm going for 2. I'm going for 2 every other play, and we're going for on 4th down every play.
Yeah, but you see how fast that lasted, right? We got tired of him going for 4th down or not kicking a field goal. So that shit fell pretty damn far from the dot.
Last season, he was just like, "Fuck it, we're gonna go, we're gonna go."
No, that's that. See, that's what happens when you live your life by analytics. You gonna keep on doing it until it comes through for you.
But it's not even the thing. Like, you need a good middle ground. You can't go too far left or right. You need to find that common ground. Like, that's a problem with a lot of teams, is they don't know where that is. It's either they're 100% computer based or they throw them in the trash?
Well, it's a mixture of a lot. It's like computer based, their own will, like how many times we done screamed at the we screamed at the TV saying run the damn ball when Doug was coaching. Okay, It had to take a meeting after the Kansas City game for the year 2017 to say, hey, we got LeGarrette Blount, actually run the ball. And then when we ran the ball against the Chargers, that changed our whole mindset. Did analytics play a hand in that shit? No. The team came together and said, well, we got LeGarrette Blount, we're not running the damn ball.
We found out later that was not Doug. That's the Jeffrey Lurie mindset. You know, pass, throw the ball, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and that's what I said. It's so hard. Like I just group all the whole front office, Howie, Jeff, and whoever the fucking puppet they got as a head coach. I mean, that's how it is.
You know what? You know what tells you not to throw the ball 40 times a game? Numbers. Numbers will statistically tell you that throwing the ball that many times, you are statistically proven to lose that game.
Mm-hmm.
Numbers
but
are
they
your
still
friend.
do it anyway, but that's that good old analytics.
We've used numbers in sports since the beginning of sports. They just finally put a name to it.
Yeah, honestly, Pete's right about that. It's only when people misuse analytics that people want to complain about them. If you use analytics how they're supposed to be used, they'll help you out. But the Eagles...
Like you think in the past when they're like, well, you know, I've thrown to this guy the last 6 times, you know, and it's worked. I should probably not do that. No, it's working. The numbers say it's working. Follow the numbers. Listen to them.
Yeah, that's what happens when you follow the numbers too hard and you go right off the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
The law of averages says this is working.
Because you follow the numbers. That's why you pick up JJ Arcega-Whiteside and DK Metcalf. Let's stop going down the numbers game, man. That's I'm tired of the road.
I don't think that has to do with numbers. I think that has to do with
that's what happens when your owner has too many fingers in the goddamn pie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it was JJ Arcega-Whiteside, according to analytics, was one of the best wide receivers in the second round at that time over DK Metcalf. Because analytics said he was
better. Statistics wise, he did. We all love DK Metcalf. But I'm like,
okay, but that's what I'm saying. That's the perfect example. Analytics is JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Your eyes is DK Metcalf. Which one is telling you the truth? Because the analytics said that JJ Arcega-Whiteside was going to be the better wide receiver.
Brown.
What?
I said one was a primary option. One had other good wide receivers on his team.
Yeah. But if you're still getting just the same way as Devontae Smith, he had Jalen Waddle. He was surrounded by Henry Ruggs. He was surrounded by Jerry Jeudy. But he
outclassed every one of them. That's not that situation. DK Metcalf,
Pete, but you're saying that because DK Metcalf was surrounded by AJ Brown and surrounded by wide receivers that he's like, that's why the numbers were screwed. But your eyes will say that he is a beast.
Devonta was playing with Jalen Waddle and all those other amazing Alabama wide receivers, and he had more yards and touchdowns than them. So
and catches.
But did your eyes lie about that?
No, but the numbers showed me he was the best wide receiver on the team.
Okay, but at the same time, DK Metcalf numbers were high too. But compared to JJ Arcega-Whiteside was the beast. That's what I'm saying. Numbers do lie.
Well, DK Metcalf, yeah, well, that's to your point. DK Metcalf's numbers were not that great. I think he had like 2 touchdowns maybe his senior season. Something like that.
2 touchdowns and like 600 yards. But that's also because he had star players playing with him.
Well, he also had injuries that year too, though. Yeah, he had injuries that year too, though. And that's when we were going through the huge injury buck and how he's like, oh, we can't draft a player with injury history. We can't do it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's such horseshit. That's what I said. It's like it's always back and forth with the talk. You know, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna stick to analytics, stick to analytics. If you're gonna trust your eyes, trust your eyes. But don't always fuck up the team because of going back and forth like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm saying I'm like we're now trying to get things right. Now, after 4 years,
a good middle ground. When you try too hard to be one way or the other way, you're just screwing yourself.
Well, it's like this. I always say you gotta have that balance. But when you lean too hard, on the either analytics or your eyes, it fucks you up.
Yep, that's 100%.
Put up Jesse's comment. Jesse's recent comment, so Pete can respond.
Okay.
J-Jaw played for Stanford, trash conference. Metcalf had film against Pro Bowl NFL corners in the SEC.
Yep.
Then that was another thing. That was my press the button on the nuke right there. Just competition. SEC baby. Enough said.
Yup.
Enough fucking said. SEC over
some nice players.
Pac-12.
Come on. Christian McCaffrey.
Listen. Here's how you know Devontae Smith's going to be good. Look at what he did against the best corner in college football, in Derek Stingley.
He ate him
what
up.
he did. Look what he did.
Thank you.
200 plus
Thank you.
yards
I
and
want
3
Stingley,
touchdowns
but
against the
Devontae
best
Smith
corner
did make him
in college football.
Devonta is just going to feast, and I'm just going to look so sexy in my Devonta Smith jersey.
But no, but I mean that's like
you have to give me that jersey after Ben Simmons tells us you're not going to look as good.
I think he's going to fit all the curves, and I'm just going to look baller in it.
Oh Lord! But no, I mean that's the.
But
that's what I'm saying.
Johnny's
It starts
buying me a
with the
Devonta Smith
mindset.
jersey.
I mean, y'all cannot say that y'all not happy with Devontae Smith and how Jalen Hurts have been speaking right now. They actually got to ask Devontae Smith which is the better combination, and he said me and Jalen. I like that. What's your favorite? What's your favorite route? Any? No, I mean but you got to put it out there. You got to speak that shit into existence.
Jalen Hurts. Look, I mean, I'm the biggest Devonta Smith guy in the world, but like, what is he supposed to say? Like, he's saying everything you're supposed to say. I'm the best. I'm a baller. I'm a pimp. All these things. Like, I expect him to say these things.
You expect it, but do a lot of these players say it?
No, I know what you're saying.
No, they give you political answers. Oh, I think these all great players, and I consider myself up among the best. Like, let's cut the crap. I mean, you do know a political answer when you hear it.
Rod, you're right about
when it comes to sports.
You're completely right about that. I feel like you could totally see someone else that doesn't have that type of mindset saying when they're asked that question, oh, all these quarterbacks, all these receivers are great. You know, I'm just trying to fit in and do my thing.
Yeah, I'm just doing my part.
We're the best. We're the best.
Yeah, speak that shit. Talk your shit. That's what I love about it. You gonna ask me? I'm a wide receiver. What's my favorite route? Oh, I do love a go route because I burn the corner or all that. No, any route. That's what you're supposed to say. You're a wide receiver, any route.
I'm already feeling that week one against those sorry Falcons Falcons corners, 150 and a buck.
Cool. Yeah. And then what do you call it?
Then all three of their wide receivers are going to.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the problem. You know who's going to cover Pitts, Julio, and Ridley?
But got to cover Julio, Pitts, Calvin.
I mean that's what I'm saying. Our defense is still Swiss cheese right now. Our defense is so Swiss cheese.
I'm feeling Devontae's going to have at least 100 yards in his debut.
Oh, and that's fine.
I mean, we're gonna get our ass whooped on national TV, but like he's gonna get his.
I think it'll be a high scoring game. The Eagles will hang around until the end, and then we'll lose. That's what's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, here's a little tip right here. I mean, every first 4 games is always like high scoring. The first 4 weeks, all those games are high scoring. That's where like the betting go fucking bananas. I mean, hell, look at Ryan Fitzpatrick when we played at Tampa Bay in those first early 4 weeks. He put up godly damn numbers that whole damn month. But as soon as you get film,
yeah, I think the Falcons stink. So I'm not worried about the Falcons. We have a better defense than the Falcons.
For sure. Yeah. Their defense is terrible.
You know,
I mean, you never know how he might pull I don't know how he'll do it, but he might pull that Nelson down free agency pickup. I don't know how he does it, but I mean, he does it.
First isn't here yet. June 1st isn't here yet, so you wait and see. You wait and see some cap casualties June 1st, right? You can trade there, and then you move on from there. That's why I was like, once it wasn't Surtain, then it's move on for me. Now I would have liked the Asante Samuel Jr., but I have no problem with Landon Dickerson. But I have concern with the injuries like anybody else does. But I have no problem with the pick. But you win up front. So June 1st isn't here. So I'm not like totally like up in arms because this defense already is better at linebacker just with the addition of Wilson. They're already better.
Absolutely. Thank you.
They're already better in their back half with the addition of Harris. Now, Slay, we know. I don't know how much I love him as like a shutdown one, but he's a good corner. He's going to need some
solid.
big here. But I said it the other night, like, we led the NFC in sacks, and we're always behind. So, remember that. If we can get some lead on team, it could be a different year. And we have played last place schedule, get leads. You never know what can happen. That's why the NFL's great. The ebb and flow of it. You're not winning a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, the last place teams becomes first place teams.
yeah, for sure.
You can make the playoffs. That's why the NFL's so fun year to year, and you can talk about it and have a glass half full, even though you really might not believe it. Now, I just don't think the defense is as big a shambles as people think it is. Now, talk to me in 2022, right? Talk to me then, when guys are another year older, etc. Talk to me then.
Yeah.
This coming into this year, I still got Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Hargrave, and Derek Barnett. I mean, I can still get to the quarterback.
I can't wait to see what Gannon does with these guys, because he's already talking about doing stunts and actually cover disguise, showing like thinking you're going to blitz, not blitz. I mean, that's where the defense, like that's where we was just getting tired of old Schwartz's defense, because it was just line up and same old bullshit. No coverages, dropping our cornerbacks 5 yards deep, and I was like, come on, man, like what we doing here?
It's the same scheme they run every game. They never changed anything. They never ran a full blitz. They never did a corner blitz. They never did a safety blitz. Nothing.
No, you got to.
That's why I'm like, at least I'm agreeing with the mentality.
You got to confuse quarterbacks at this level. I mean, you have to. If you're not, you're doing your defense a disservice.
Jim Schwartz couldn't confuse a child.
I mean, Jim Schwartz's defense. Jim Schwartz's defense got results, right? But it's only when we had the personnel to run it. Jim Schwartz is very stubborn in his ways. He's not adapting to the players on the roster. That's why we had an issue last year.
Well, I mean, forgot the linebacker he needed, like he begged for, in the first round. So he never got that. Oh
yeah, was it Queen or even what's my man in?
That's what we wanted. He wanted Queen.
Seattle.
That's what we wanted.
I think he wanted Queen.
Kenneth Murray for the chart, but yeah, I mean, either way, like most defense in the NFL, you need a middle linebacker that's competent. Like a Nigel Bradham was for us for his defense to work. And,
that's why Eric Wilson was so huge.
Yeah,
so huge.
So
literally anyone but Nate Gary. There you go.
Yeah, hopefully Davion Taylor can play. That's a guy you used a 3rd round pick on last year. So
and it's like I don't knock bringing in Hicks, but I am wanting to give like these younger guys. I mean, Davion Taylor. I mean, like we spent draft capital on them. I mean, at least give them a chance to see what they can do.
What do we have?
If they're like, we'll give you a 5th. You give us. We get Hicks for like a 5th or a 6th. I'm doing that all day. Like if I don't have to give up major draft capital to get them, I'm good.
Everybody does that. I agree with Todd though. Like I got nothing to lose this year though. So
yeah. Like that's one thing. This is the year to play all your young talent to find out where you need to go for next year.
That was even Tom's argument when it came to potentially giving J-Jaw playtime, because we used that 2nd round pick on him. We wanted to see, all right, we think you're garbage. Are you?
No, I run him out there with Reagor and Devontae Smith. If you can't get open with them two on the field, then I don't know if you ever can get open. So
I mean, Jason Vaughn already even said by him even working with that team that J-Jaw does have skill. He's like, he just thinks that he'd be better in a slot, which I think that would be too. Because he's not that fast. He's not that fast on the outside. So it's like, okay, let's put him in a slot. Him and Jay Ward battle it out.
Donovan said, would you all take a look at KJ Wright? I'll take a look at any middle linebacker with a pulse.
Yeah, I'll take anybody at this point.
Any linebacker period with a pulse. But I'm more looking. I think they can compete. So I'm more looking at the cornerback position, right?
Yeah,
and not camp bodies. Like, come on, knock off the camp bodies, right? The guy from
that's. I mean, seemed like people was going crazy about that one cornerback from the Minnesota. I was like, dude, either he's going to be on special teams or practice squad kind of guy. Like, I'm not buying that. Like the savior.
He tweeted out like, all this.
He said, "I'm a gem." He said,
that turned me off immediately. I saw that tweet. I'm like, no. No.
No,
I mean, I hope
calling yourself a
that's
gem.
why I was like this.
I hope you're right, but
yeah, if you prove it, okay, because we're trusting you
Maybe
because
he
you.
is. Who knows? I mean, anything's
No, we're only
possible at
trusting
this
it because he
point.
played for Minnesota, and that's a Gannon guy. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the only reason why we're like, okay, but
So
Jim,
he's like a Jim Schwartz Buffalo guy.
Donovan with another
Hey.
super chat. We appreciate you, brother.
appreciate it, Donovan.
damn
Everybody-
man.
Thanks, brother.
Love y'all. Yeah, Quan Alexander. I mean, he's been all over the place for some reason,
Yeah, I love Quan.
but I've always liked Quan Alexander.
I
Another
love Quan.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
And he's still young, too, I believe. I think he's only like 27, 28. I don't think
He's
he's
not
that
a
old.
free agent though, right? He would have to be a trade.
He's a free agent.
No, I think he is a
No,
free
he's
agent.
free agent.
They cut him.
Well, then what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
June
I hear
1st.
Money
Yeah,
to
yeah.
drop down low. You gotta remember, we do not have any money. I mean, hell, we lucky enough to sign all of our unrestricted free agents, and now we're trying to work on our damn draft. So
Yeah,
Quan
still
Alexander,
have
he's only
Monte and
Quan's
Lance
only
and all that.
26.
damn.
Yeah, he's only 26.
yeah, there's got to be a reason he's been all over the place the last few years.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know what it is.
it must be something. It must be like not a good teammate or something. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't know because I remember him in 2016, 2017. He was a monster.
I don't want to say that's the case. I mean, I don't know why the Niners let him go, and then he went to the
Bucks
Saints.
let him go.
He went to the Saints.
I think what it is, nobody wants to give him that big contract.
Yep.
I think it's something.
Right.
Niners, then the Saints. I mean, think about
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
It's gotta be with money
Niners.
and his maturity. It's gotta be it.
yeah,
Maybe.
I'll take him in a heartbeat. I don't give a shit because this is football. You know what I mean? I need guys who won't take your damn fucking head off. I don't need choir boys.
No.
That's what I'm
really-
saying. It's not his play. It's just money, the money that he wants,
Injuries.
and like the years on that contract. That's what I'm feeling.
Well, nobody's
'Cause
getting
your
deals anyway right now. So
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's out there because he wants big money.
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting it from at this point.
he's not going to get big money. What was
Same way with Nelson. Nelson wanted big money.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's why those guys are out there. They was expect like their agent told them they will get a shit ton of money if they hit free agency, and the agent fucked up.
Same thing with Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, that $20 million. Who blew smoke
20
up
million.
his ass?
Yeah, exactly.
Who blew smoke up his ass? I'm like, dude, you don't have no double-digit sacks, and you was right next to J.J. Watt. Shut the fuck up. And now
Yep.
you with Myles Garrett, and you still gonna have single-digit sacks.
You know what's funny about that draft? If you go back to it, because Clowney was in
2016, 2015, what was it?
14.
Was it 2015?
14?
who went after
14?
him?
Okay.
I forget who went second, honestly. I think it was a quarterback. Wasn't it like a quarterback bust?
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah.
It might have been
Gabbert?
it might have been
It was Bortles.
Bortles was 5, I thought.
Oh, Bortles. Okay.
I'll have to look it up.
Well, he's still floating around the league, but
Yeah, I'm just curious like some of the guys that went after him because he's never lived up to number one pick of the draft hype.
No.
never. I mean, we did want him though. I mean, I ain't gonna sit there and lie. Like I did want to do that.
You want some of the names?
Greg Robinson, a tackle, and then Bortles was 3rd, and then Sammy Watkins was 4. The most notable name is Khalil Mack at 5.
Khalil Mack, Jake
Khalil Mack
Matthews,
was the steal.
Mike Evans.
Okay, yeah, I remember
Or-
that because Khalil Mack was climbing up the boards, and they was talking about who would you want, Jadeveon Clowney or Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
And the reason why
Or
Jadeveon Clowney edged it out because he was in the SEC and that highlight on Michigan. Like that,
Right.
you gotta remember he didn't play his senior year.
He was
He just
dominant.
held out for the draft.
He was
So
dominant
between
though,
picks
at Carolina.
5 to 17.
Oh, I'm not knocking. I mean, that was a smart move. I mean, you gotta think about the
other
money.
player who wasn't a Pro Bowler.
Mario Williams was another first round D end.
Yeah.
I think
Love Mario Williams.
he spent time in Houston too because he was with Buffalo for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that second pick of that draft was, I believe, Reggie Bush or somewhere.
It was
Something like that.
that was that Mario, like, yeah, it was Mario Williams, Reggie Bush, and was it Sam Bradford?
Might have
Oh,
been.
no.
Sam
That
Bradford
was
was number one
that's a different
overall, I
draft.
thought.
That was a different draft. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think Reggie went too. Did Reggie go 2 that year? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure,
like
you were
it
too,
was
yep.
like because like that was Charlie Casserly saying like he just went with the best player. I mean, everybody expected him to pick Reggie Bush, but he was like Mario Williams was high on our draft board. That's when the draft board really got its notoriety because everybody was expecting the Texans to pick Reggie Bush because of him winning that Heisman and USC and shit.
Yeah,
but they just stuck to the board because it was Matt Leinart. That was the quarterback.
Right.
That was that top three. It was Williams, Leinart, and then Bush.
Yep.
I mean, when you have six all-pro players drafted after you, and you were the number 1 overall pick, it's not good.
Lord, we can circle back, and I would love to hear your answer on the poll question, Lord, because I know you're a big Ben Simmons guy. Semi-protector, which is fine. But I want to know your thoughts on that because I think anybody with a feel would say, yeah, he's got to step up. It's an agree.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. It's not really up for debate now. And now define what you mean, what step up means to me. It's like, hey, give me around 15 a night, feel the room out, play great defense like you have done, and again, get guys open looks. Of course, be great in transition. Right, be aggressive, be downhill. Right, if you got to spot up for 10,
I think what you're asking for is like a resume of a superstar. I think that's what you're asking. You just described everything what a superstar resume is supposed to have.
Well, what you just said at the end, Tom, is even if you got to spot it for a 10 or 15-foot jumper, I think you can just forget about that because there's no chance. I don't see any shot that he's going to pull a jumper in a playoff game that actually matters. Every time he shot a jumper is against a team that sucks or it's a regular season game that doesn't matter.
Just like have believe, like when he talks to the therapist, as that Chinese national team that came over. Before in 2019, he was able to hit the 3 on them, and we all freaking cummed their pants.
Yep.
But I'll say this: I still think they go to Eastern Conference Finals because they're good enough too. But yeah, he's just gonna have to play. He's gonna have to play more consistent basketball. He's gonna have to come alive in the postseason, and whatever you think coming alive is. And yeah, that's a resume of a special player, and he has abilities to be one. Now, I still think with a prayer service, if he has to, maybe give it a 15-footer if that's open and available, right? Because that's what it's going to come down to, right? And if not that, then it's just being flat out aggressive going to the rack. And like I was saying earlier, pulling offensive boards, right? Playing tremendous defense like we know he does.
Pretty much playing like you got your ass on fire.
Yeah, now Pete's all upset, like he's in his phone looking for any stat in the back.
No.
Well, hold on. Hey, Godfather, is the jury still out if like pretty much this whole playoff experience is gonna dictate if Ben Simmons is gonna still need to be on this roster for you?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
If we don't make the Eastern Conference Finals, Ben Simmons is shipped out the door. For sure. 100%.
John was on this all last week. John was on this all last week. But no, my only thing is if Ben plays well, he stays on the roster. But like if we're talking like Ben struggles mightily and we just get blown out in the playoffs, then I think we start having that conversation. But I'm not even having that conversation.
All right, here we go.
Like
the Ben Simmons typical roller coaster, but we make it to the finals.
Cool.
Like he had those up and down games, like how he's doing right now. He'll be up one moment, then he'll have those down games. But we made it to the finals. He's going to stay on the roster next year.
We have to think about what Daryl Morey has said. Daryl Morey has said it's championship or bust. If we make the finals, I think as a fan base we'll be happy, and if we lose, we'll be disappointed. But we'll realize it was a good season. But Daryl Morey as a GM. If he sees the Sixers make the finals and then Ben Simmons chokes in the finals, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that Daryl Morey is going to look and explore options to trade him. I don't think there's any.
If you get like a Damian Lillard or someone like that.
The only for sure thing we can say that he won't get traded is if the Sixers win the finals or if we lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, but Ben Simmons plays really well and we just lost because we weren't a good team. We weren't as good of a team.
I don't know why you would trade him though. Like think about the way you
made it to the finals. Why were you separating guys?
Yeah, if you make it to the finals, then
that was my question. It was like it's okay. You made.
I'm not even talking about any of that. I'm talking about if you don't get the one. If you don't get the one, like John said, my trade value for him isn't as high, then no, I'm put the pressure's on him. Pressure's on him next year. Right? It becomes I'm not going to trade you because I'm not going to give back the value on what you could be.
Well, that is another problem. He started to tank his own trade value with how poor he's played, and if he folds in the playoffs, like we're all saying, if he gets traded, that's what would happen. His value would fold too. So, I mean,
listen, I'm in no Ben Simmons until I'm telling you guys this. I stand by this. I'm not trading him, okay? Because I know for a fucking fact what he's going to do the year of his contract year. Yeah. All right, the year of his contract, when Max money's on the line again, that dude's going to be a different guy. You're going to be like, who? I know that guy.
That's every athlete when it's contract time. You're like this. When did this guy decided to show the fuck up?
Well, that's every player that has talent but isn't an elite mindset. Like that's what pisses me off about Ben. All right, if he's gonna go and do that, go beast mode in a contract year, I don't want to see you. I'm sorry. Like you should have been doing that every year. You want to earn a contract. How about you show us consistency year after year after year, and the Sixers will sign you before your contract's even up. We'll throw the super max at you.
Hey, but that's how Nelson Aguilar extended it that one damn year. All of a sudden, he learned how to catch, and
$10 million.
Yep, contract years, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
I feel like the contract years is definitely more prevalent in the NFL, but I think what you're saying is fair.
It's prevalent for any sport.
I mean, like I always see around the whole damn like any sports team, well, besides like the individuals, but when it comes to team sports, and it's your contract year, they ball out like it's no tomorrow. I mean, hell, that's why so many back in the day we used to.
Someone address this comment for me.
I will. I address everything. I love it. I love it.
Go ahead.
Robert, I'm a big fan of the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan on what's in the closet, what's underneath the bed. Well, if I lift up this rock, what spider is coming out and biting my ass? I'm a big wonder and stuff like that. So I'm going to wonder if without him playing great basketball, can we win the NBA Finals? That's where the conversation starts at. And I think it's a fair question. I don't think it's being a hater of a guy. It's saying, hey, can you come show your full potential come playoff time? Because we need you. We're asking. We're begging. We're praying. We're not slandering. We're flat out praying for it because we
have high expectations.
Yeah. We tanked for Ben and Joe. This is what we tanked for.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. I apologize for wanting my stars come postseason time to play out their damn minds. I'm sorry.
And before I get into what I want to say, put up Nitro's comment. One right under that.
What's up, Kyle?
That is the truth, honestly. At this point, that's the truth. But what
I'd hang up. I don't want Levine's bum ass.
Okay, well, that's just what it would be. Levine has more value right now than Ben Simmons does.
He looks great putting up good numbers on a bad team.
All right, well, he's not on the Sixers where Joel Embiid is the MVP of the league. So, but that's not what I'm trying to say, right? Ben Simmons was we tanked for Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid, we had no idea.
That's what I'm talking about,
no idea if Joel Embiid was going to be this good or not. Honestly, this is honestly a miracle that he's this good because we had no idea with the injury history. He wasn't that great. He was a prospect at Kansas, but he wasn't anything like this. Ben Simmons was the generational talent. He was the once-in-a-decade player that you hear about 2 years before the draft. We tanked for that, right? We tanked for that, and we're not getting it.
I fucking tanked for Australia. You know what I mean? Fucking shrimp on a Barbie. You know what I mean? Like a little shrimp on a Barbie. You know what I mean? It's like fucking tank for it. No. So I mean, we got our lion and tiger fighter in Joel. So we got our dog and our killer. But it would love, why not two? You know what I mean? And that's all I'm asking for. Like you guys play great together. They always have, and that's why I always said even last year. He remembers this in groups. Jake remembers doing shows with this. Todd, you probably heard me say. I wasn't trading. I said, who said they can't play together? Stop watching fucking basketball. Right? Everybody used to say.
I remember that. Because you was on the Ben Simmons. Yeah, you was on Ben Simmons' side than Jimmy Butler, which caught everybody off surprise. He was like, hey, I'm riding with this motherfucker because he's younger. The potential is too great. And that's what we all hang our hat on. We're hanging our hat on the potential.
Yeah, exactly. But you cannot, everyone on this panel and everyone in the comments, you cannot tell me with a straight face that the team would not have a better chance of winning a finals if we had Joel, Jimmy Butler, and Tobias compared to
I can
what we have
100% say that. I can 100% say that.
now. No, that's just idiotic then.
Yeah. I mean, that's
not
what
idiotic. He needs the ball in his hands. He's a meek, like Jimmy does not fit on this team. Like,
how does he not fit?
I'm going to hop in here. I disagree
Jimmy
with that.
Butler can give us clutch minutes where Ben Simmons will fold.
Where's that? I must have mentioned the clutchness of him this year.
No. My offense is ran through Joel Embiid. I want it that way. Okay, I want it that way. So I got no problem with what I have. You know what I mean? I have no problem. Let Jimmy walk. Right? He wanted to be the guy somewhere. Go be the guy. I'm good with what I have because at the end of the day, Tobias and Ben are unselfish guys. Right? And let the offense go through your big dog. Let him eat. But it doesn't mean he doesn't need to step up. You know what I mean? It doesn't. I mean, we'd be crazy if we decide to keep one over the other back then. Like crazy.
I mean, the reason why I love going with the Ben Simmons over Butler was because of the potential. You know, you always go with the younger guy. Mm-hmm. You know, you already know what Butler's ceiling is.
Butler. It wasn't even but even though I said that opinion, right? It wasn't even really Ben Simmons over Butler. The decision was going to be Tobias or Butler.
I still take Tobias.
And Butler really made that decision for us because he didn't want to be with Brett Brown. So
yeah, I take Tobias over him too, though. He's unselfish. He's younger, and I'm signing the max money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's why I said I would do Tobias over him too because of the age.
And then Butler,
and that's what I'm saying. That's always your.
He went to the finals in the bubble.
Shot.
Gone. Harper.
Off the wall.
Nope, off the wall. Thought that was gone. And he's out of sight. Nope. And he's safe.
Jimmy Butler is, everyone can agree. Tom's saying he would rather have Tobias because of the fit, but Jimmy Butler is a better player than Tobias.
Not on this team.
Yeah, he was though. He was on our team and he was better.
Hold on. We gotta remember we gotta talk about Brett Brown while he was there. We're not talking about Doc Brown. That's a major difference.
Imagine what Doc Rivers would do with Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid.
You don't get Doc Rivers if you keep him. You don't get Doc.
Listen, I'm
if we fired Brett.
Listen, we're the number 1 seed in the East. I am totally good.
There you go.
I'm good.
I'll take Doc Rivers and Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler any day of the week.
Yeah.
I like the offense ran through Joe. I think it's important come postseason time. Now it's getting my other 2 guys that are paid for it step up around him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be
quick question. How are we looking health-wise, though? Like, as far as bench?
Well,
everybody...
The bench, I think, is getting better. I think Matisse is going to be fine because since we locked up the 1 and now the play-in tournament exists, there's quite a bit of time before we actually play that first playoff game. I think it's like a week. So Joel,
okay, I just want to make sure we're maximum healthy.
I'm hoping I feel confident Joel's going to be max health by the time that first playoff game rolls around, just because the play-in tournament's going to take up some time.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, that was
the one thing. That was the other part. I was kind of like, where we at health wise. I know we were still banged up from that long road trip and everything, and that kind of took a toll on us. So I was like, okay, where we at going into the playoffs? I don't want to be.
Yeah, we get a breather and we're home. So you know what I mean. We don't have to go anywhere. So it's good. It's good. It's very good. Very good. Then you go take a series in 4, impose your will on fucking somebody, get yourself a little bit more time down. Right,
and that's what I want. That's what I want.
The more my big man off his feet, the better.
Yep.
It's like I want at least start of this playoffs. At least we're sitting at 80%. You know.
Yeah.
I think we're higher than that.
75, 80%. I can live with because, I'm glad to see Dwight Howard made it back in time. Let him get his legs back under him. That's the part that I'm always worried about. Is like, okay, where are players at, and do they got enough time to get their NBA legs back? Because it's not just about being healthy. You got to be able to run up and down that court.
Well, he gets paid $180 million, actually, not 130, but yeah.
You keep bringing these 5 spots in, Don. You know what I mean?
We might get to 180 million.
Yeah, we might have that.
Hey, A2D got 130 million. Thank you, Dom.
You keep dropping fives. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Donovan's a
Damn
generous
straight,
giver.
boy. Stripper
Appreciate it,
clubs
Dom.
must love you.
Jeez.
Strippers love him.
I mean, I feel like one, and I love them.
You gotta love Donovan.
You know what? I mean, I truly still like through all the shit we talked earlier. I really truly believe in this team as the team that's supposed to go to an Eastern Conference final. I said it preseason. I'm standing by it, and I think this team for years I've been saying it's nothing new. Is that they go as Joel Embiid goes, and I think we have the best Joel Embiid. I think a week down off the legs too, only gonna make him fresher. And then you're playing it. The only disadvantage you have is you're playing a team is doing play-ins to get in, right? Yeah. So they're playing basketball. They feel like they got something going. So that game one could be a little bit of a weird one, right? But there's no way they don't win a series in 5.
What I'm expecting is a 5-game series, no matter who we play. 4 possible, but I'm saying 5 because it's a playoff series, so you never know what's going to happen.
Well, that's what I call coaching right there, because Doc Rivers, knowing that it's going to be that first playoff game and he got his boys right, and we dominate, then I think we're on the right path.
There's no way the Sixers should lose any home games in the first round. It should be a win every time we play at home. So if we lose one on the road, then fine, but we should be winning every home game.
Oh my God, that's gracious! Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't even be. If we lose games at home in the first round, we got some problems. But
we got a whole issue.
That game one could be a little tricky though.
We saw that.
That's what I'm saying. If Doc got his boys playing right for that first game, hey. He's got them dialed in, okay? He's got them tuned in.
What's the practice allowed through that time? I would assume it's fine with even restrictions. So restrictions. I'm assuming you can practice through that time. So I agree with you, Todd. I think if it's a Brett Brown coach team, I'm a little nervous that I come out game one. But
there you go.
Exactly. I'm just hoping we don't have a situation like that when we played the Nets and they punched us in the mouth the first game. Like we don't want that. No.
Nah, I feel like Doc is not going to allow it because you just look at his track record. When it comes to playoffs, he's not playing around. That's why you bring in a Doc Rivers, because it's like, okay, you got the team to make it to the playoffs, but it's that coach that helps you get where you need to go.
Before just 1 second, I got to go take a piss, but. Ted says, hopefully the Bucks beat Miami tomorrow, so the Bucks play Miami in round 1.
We need that. Yeah. We need that.
This is a great point. Now, my caveat to that is that the Bucks tank that, so they don't got to play Miami in round 1.
That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
And that could go both ways.
Yeah,
because you're talking about two teams.
The Bucks don't want to see Miami. They don't. The Miami just cleaned them up last year. So
it's come on.
What?
Well, it's also like this. Hey, what's better revenge? What's a better revenge? The Bucks knocking out the Miami in the first round.
I would love to see the Bucks.
That's gonna be a fun series.
I would love to see the Bucks play the Heat in the first round. I really hope the Bucks don't rest their players, but I feel like they are because they've shown that they've done it before.
Who would the Bucks play if they lose?
If they lose, they're gonna play the Knicks.
Honestly,
that's a tough one because
I'd rather play the Heat.
Hey, I'd rather play Miami than the Knicks because the
I
Knicks
completely agree, Todd. I completely agree.
Are hot right now. I wouldn't.
I don't like to deal with a hot team.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Because when you're dealing with a hot team like that means they playing with no fear.
Yeah,
they got nothing to lose. They already won their season. They got the team. They got people talking about the Knicks again. That's already a win for their season.
Miami is a very hot team, though. They've won 10 of the last. They've won 11 of the last 14 games. So,
who's that?
Miami's won 11 of their last 14. So they're pretty hot too.
Do they have a winning record yet?
What?
Do they have a winning record yet?
Yeah, they're 10 games over 500.
Okay.
So you think the Bucks will be more confident with the Knicks than they will with Miami?
For sure, because the Knicks don't have like that star player like Jimmy. All the Knicks have are are younger guys that haven't been in the playoffs yet. So I feel like the Bucks.
But hey, I think that's harder to scheme against because you're not focusing on one guy. You got to try to focus on the team and don't let that one guy go off. And then that's where your whole coaching goes up because now you're trying to worry about maybe stopping this guy. But if they're attacking you as a team, you're gonna have to like come up with some shit.
Yeah, as Sixers fans, though, I'm not sure if it's a national game, but if it is, as Sixers fans, though, we got to be putting our Milwaukee Bucks jerseys on and rooting them on.
Yeah. Well, that's three teams right there that you just don't know what
because
they could do for you.
That was our dream scenario that looked like it was going to happen before last night's game, where the Sixers would avoid all three of those teams. And walk to the conference finals and only have to play one of them.
It could happen.
Well, yeah, it can still happen. I don't know. It's like, am I scared of any of those three teams? No. But those are the three teams that can fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be fucking with you all offseason. Like, how did we lose to that team?
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, if I had to pick between all three, I think the Bucks would be physical.
I think the Bucks have the least flaws out of those three teams because the Bucks have shown they can play the Sixers very well.
That's why I say we go against the Bucks. That's more of a physical, and that's messing with the health, and that's when we're really going to be like, okay, who's going to step up and really try to become the star in that series.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Nets could light us up, but at the same time, they could also allow like 140
points. Is Harden playing?
Yeah, he's back actually. He is
back?
Yeah, he's back. He played last night.
Okay. Now here's one for
has that whole team played together yet? Or is it still like
I think they played like 3 or 4 games.
They played 7 games together and they haven't played a game together since like February.
Jesus.
And that's where I'm like, okay, I know they're all stars and they hang out, but let's be real. When it's playoff time and you don't have time to be thinking. You don't have time to be talking.
I agree with that.
And that's where I'm like, okay, that's going to be their downfall because they like it's always good to see like Kyrie going off, James Harden going off, but they all haven't gone off together, right. So they don't even know what that even look
Clippers.
Like.
There you go.
That's exactly right.
This year's Clippers.
Last year, the Clippers played 20 games together with Kawhi and Paul George, and that's way more than 7. And they weren't ready in the playoffs. They were not ready.
Nope.
So
No. And I'm not afraid of DeAndre Jordan going against Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is going to have him for lunch.
Well, DeAndre also isn't what he used to be either, Todd.
I mean, and the Clippers had Doc Rivers while the Nets have Steve Nash, who's a first-year head coach. So that is something that would worry me if I was a Nets fan with his inexperience.
Yeah, Steve Nash is still a good coach, though.
I don't know if we can say he's a definitive good coach yet. Like, what have we really seen that's – he's been handed a team that has 3 MVPs on it.
That's fair.
He's expected to win.
Yeah, that does make your job.
He's really good at prepping for James Harden and Kevin Durant.
Like, you got a bunch of star players that you played with while you were still playing. So you know exactly what these players can do. So it is like you're not Jason Kidd like with the Bucks really trying to build something.
I don't think that we're going to have to – I think even though we talk about the Nets, I don't think we're going to see the Nets because, in my opinion, the Bucks will beat the Nets in the second round. So
can't wait.
Hate to see it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man, life's unfair.
Oh, boy, people going to lose a lot of money on that one. Ooh. And I'm sorry y'all going through that gas, man. I'm sorry that y'all going through that gas prices, man. That's scary right there, man.
It is. God, damn. Stupid idiots who are, like, pouring gas into, like, bags. I'm like – I saw that. I was like, someone's car blew up.
There's some I've seen. There was one lady putting
filling up bags. They filling up anything that can hold any liquid over there, man. Like,
there was one where I saw a lady filling her thing in a laundry basket with like holes in it and shit. I'm like,
that's what they were doing. They were filling them up into like grocery bags, and the car blew up.
It's crazy. It's more
What?
what do
The
you call
car
it?
really blew up?
Yeah, the car blew up. You can't be doing that with gasoline.
Well, duh, but I was like, wow.
you light a cigarette in there, yeah. That'll
See,
that'll
that's
do
why I
it.
say like certain things like I was seeing like those memes, whatever. Sometimes I'm like, that can't be real. That can't be real. But then they actually showed the video of them actually filling up bags,
Yeah, people
filling
are
up
crazy.
big ass containers. I was like, boy, it's about to get real out
Gotta
here.
love a stout.
I hope y'all can carry, man, because I don't want none of y'all to get hurt over gas. Okay, that's just
No.
That's just
I mean,
terrible.
it's really what do you call it? It's
really
Texas that's bad right now. Texas is real bad right now. It's more like for
Well, I
us on
heard
the
it's
East Coast. I know it's not as bad. It's
God
creeping over,
damn,
but
son, what do you mean I can't hoard my gasoline?
yeah. But
Next you're gonna tell me you can't make out my sister.
Let me go back to Ted's comment because we didn't touch on it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Would you guys want the Wizards in the first round?
I mean, I don't really care who we play in the first round. Like, if you're saying the Wizards will give us some exciting games, then sure, if that's what you're trying to say. But like,
yeah,
whether we play the Hornets and we sweep the Hornets, or whether we play the Celtics and we cook the Celtics, they might win one game against us. Like, I don't see any of these teams really giving the Sixers any issues.
Yeah, Westbrook always plays up well, though. That's my only concern with that.
It's like I'd rather have the Celtics because I can't stand the Celtics, and it will feel even better to crush them.
Yeah.
But if we face the Wizards is like we already know what they're gonna do. You know, Westbrook is gonna try to run us out the gym. Yeah, and it's only Bill and Westbrook, and you know how Westbrook can get.
The Wizards have the most star power on the team out of those like three teams that we're talking about, but but like Westbrook in the playoffs, we know what he is. He hasn't been out of the first round since Kevin Durant left.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. It's like we know what Westbrook is, and we know what Bradley Beal is. Do we love them both? Yes. Will we love them on the team? Sure. But seeing them in the playoffs,
second round last year.
I would love Beal. I wouldn't want Westbrook anywhere in the Sixers.
I mean, you will pick one of them. I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you put out a national poll, like everybody it will be split because you're gonna have people that will love Westbrook and you're gonna have people that love Beal. Yeah. But facing the Wizards in the playoffs, not worried.
No,
the Wizards don't play any defense.
Yeah, no.
And that's my point. Once you slow them down, and you know Westbrook does not know how to slow down, that's when the frustrations come into play. Yeah. He'll start missing shots.
Whatever imaginary person's in the crowd, he'll get mad.
I mean,
Doc, that's what I'm saying.
Guard me up when you're up 60.
Doc will literally have the easiest game plan against the Wizards. All you got to do is throw Ben on Bradley Beal and back off of Westbrook and force him to shoot threes, and we'll win.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. It's like you respect them, like you give them credit, like they can score. But do I fear them in the playoffs? No. Also, right now, it's like the only teams that we're worried about is the Bucks, the Nets, and Miami.
Yeah.
That's the only three teams that like really kind of like okay.
Also, side note, Phillies just beat the Toronto Blue Jays 5-1. So good win.
Nice win.
Good win.
Good win.
Hey, like I said, during this time for baseball, all wins matter, but it's off to the All-Star game, baby. That's when I'm plugged in.
That's why I like to get my wins early.
Encourage the fact
that rack up as many wins as possible, put you in a pretty decent seeding, and then after the All-Star break, let's go.
Yeah.
That's how I treat baseball and basketball. It's like after the All-Star, I'm like, okay, I'm tuned in. Where are we at? What we need to do?
Yeah, I'm right with you. I am right there.
Trying to keep up with every game that's a daunting task for me.
Yeah, no.
Try having to write on every Phillies game last season. That was fucking torture.
Oh, you did that?
Woo! I was writing for a site, and
Jesus.
He's like, well, you can just recap the series, and I'm just like, no, because that'll just be too much. And I'll just do the game by game.
Yeah.
And then I was like slowly drinking myself into an early grave with those double tenders and blow.
Yeah, dude. Come on now. Baseball is too fucking long to be writing every damn game.
It's not even that I had to I had to rewatch games.
Yeah.
So you
I
talking about those
imagine
high
watching that
mid
last
afternoon
Philly season
games?
twice
That sucks.
to take notes.
That sucks.
Nah. I'm sorry for you, Pete, but goddamn, those
That was tough, man.
12, 1 o'clock games, I could care less.
I would
Unless
get
a bird
done
got
work,
destroyed
I
by
would
a
get
pitch.
done doing construction for my dad, and then I'd come home and be like, fuck.
Yeah, no thank you.
What did I
Nah,
get
thank
myself
you.
into?
I hate to cut it early, but I gotta get up crazy early to go sell cars.
Ooh, what you
Oh,
selling?
you're selling cars?
Oh yeah, I'm a salesman / financial analyst over at Toyota
okay.
Runnymede.
Ooh,
Okay.
Toyota. So that means you got a couple of Lee Sigmas under your belt.
Yes, I
Ooh,
do.
look at you.
So you guys, I'm just saying, I make an appointment with anyone, I get 10. I help sell the car, I get an extra 25 off my salary.
There you go.
And that's really
You
nice
just put
for a
it out
bonus
there.
to my monthly.
What degree are you in the Lee Sigma? Because I know Toyota is big on that one.
I mean, I don't think I can help you, Todd. You all the way in
Oh,
Germany, and
come on,
we'd have to send that shit over there.
Well, no.
My bosses are Russian.
Man,
they got this.
I got an Audi, baby. I got the Audi, baby. That's king over on the Europe on the Autobahn right here, man.
I don't think I'd be able to convince my Russian boss to send. What car did you want?
Oh, man, I got an Audi, baby. Audi
What
A6.
was the car you referenced earlier?
Which one?
The car
Toyota?
Yeah, the type of Toyota.
Oh, if it had to be a Toyota, which one is it? Which one's bigger, Camry or the Corolla?
Camry.
I think it's the Camry, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to convince my Russian boss to send a Camry all the way over to Germany. I'm just saying.
Well,
I
I
don't think so.
appreciate it.
I don't think he scares me too much.
Oh no, don't worry about it, because guess what? I don't have that money to be trying to convert it. I don't have the money.
What is it like? Would it be in euros?
Oh well, I got the euros. I mean, but as far as dollars, I mean, you talking about from a U.S. spec to a German spec car? Not happening. I don't got the ducats for that.
All right. I will see you guys next week. And Johnny, just to clarify, I'm an XL.
Ooh.
Well, I'll see you later, people. Remember, you're the one that made that bet. I never said anything about me making the bet.
Oh, okay.
In other words, you trying to say you fucked yourself?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I couldn't give two shits because I'm gonna get to say I'm right. That's just as good as a jersey.
Right.
Fair enough.
If he's wrong on this, I'm gonna own his ass for the next year.
Ooh.
What would constitute me being wrong, though?
Ooh. There we go.
Making it to the next round.
Making it to the finals would be like okay, what would constitute me being wrong is if we beat the Heat in any round. That's what would constitute me being wrong.
Cool.
That's what I basically said. Like if we make it to the third round but we played the Knicks, like that, I didn't bet against that.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Okay, so let's make it official. Okay, so
he said round 2.
You're only picking the Miami Heat, right?
It's
only the Heat.
No, I said if we play the Miami Heat in the second round, we're gonna lose. That's what I said.
Okay, so we have to meet up Miami in the second round, right?
Yeah, well, then Pete was like, "Oh, Pete's like, there's no chance we're losing to Miami. If we lose to Miami, I'll buy you a Devontae Smith jersey."
I said there's no chance of us losing in the second round, no matter who we're playing.
Oh, okay. So is it just the second round and it doesn't matter which team it is?
I don't give a shit.
I can't do that because I have faith in the Sixers to beat other teams other than the Heat.
Exactly. See. All right,
okay. So that's okay. So that means the bet is not a void.
Yeah. All right. I love you guys.
Yep.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Pray for me to sell a lot of cars tomorrow.
Yep. All right.
I'll pray for 10, man. I'll pray for 10.
Woo!
That's always good. Double digits. You'll be more than Jadeveon Clowney when it comes to sacks.
All right. Love you guys.
Later, Pete.
All right, man.
What I miss?
Nothing much.
Oh,
Just
did
John
y'all
and
like
Pete going
how
over the bet.
Devontae Smith always had like a little shadow and his name was Grimes? I kind of picked that up during the first introduction when everybody was videotaping about Devontae Smith. But I saw that Florida wide receiver Grimes always following Devontae Smith.
They're They're high on him. They're really high on him.
I mean, I look at it like this. He's right next to the best wide receiver. He's trying to take somebody's job.
I mean, he
I like
definitely
his
can.
attitude. I like that attitude where he's coming in. He's going to try. Well, obviously, anyone would expect him to try his hardest to make the team, but he's shown some moxie and swagger that I think J-Jaw just doesn't have.
Yeah.
And they have similar skill sets, so he better watch out because he could easily take his job.
Well, that's why I'm like, hey, I like the mentality that they're trying to put in on is trying to have competition all across the board. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to have those fundamental or the mental building blocks for the whole entire team. It's like when you come to the Eagles, you know it's about competition, about putting in the work so you can get the victory. That's where it's like you're trying to have like that mentality for the whole entire team. That's why it's like I see what Nick Sirianni's trying to do. He's not trying to give like anybody an anointment, you know, even though we know he's not. He's just trying to set the tone for the whole entire team. And the only way you're going to set the whole entire team or tone for the team is go after the quarterback like Bill Belichick did. I mean, we done heard the stories about how he reamed out Tom Brady multiple times. So
yeah, but still feel.
And even when the team was ready to break down and asking Tom why you take that, he's like, hey, just believe in it. And guess what? The team rallied around that. So I mean, it's a copycat league.
You got to feel the room, though. You know, in this situation, like we talk about Ben feeling the room. I mean, he's got to feel the room too. And when it comes to this conversation, you know, knowing how this transpired, and without knowing how it transpired, you know, okay. But the way this transpired, like you can't go after the quarterback right now. Like that's not a competition per se, unless you drafted one to make it one. And you didn't.
Yeah.
You drafted him the year before. So who's competing with him? Joe Flacco? With all due respect. No.
Right.
So, like, I know he doesn't have to come out and say it, but in a year like this, you almost need to.
Yeah.
And usually you don't have to tell people who your starting quarterback is.
Right.
Right. In years where you have to tell people that's years you stink.
And that's why I said that's the flip of the coin, and that's where it's just making everything so weird. And it's like it's almost dividing the fan base. Almost like you got people that still doesn't believe in Hurts. You got people that say, "Well, fuck it, we moved on. Like Carson Wentz is not coming back. Let's just believe in this guy." That's why I'm trying to like just get the whole fan base and the team on one accord, man. Because I mean we're living in a world of optimistics.
Ted,
we don't know where the fuck we're going.
There's zero chance the Heat will lose in the first round of the Hawks. No chance.
Oh no. The Hawks, the Hawks are building something, but they're not close to Miami right now.
No.
Yeah, I'm not.
But one of those scary up and coming teams, I'll give them that much. Them and the Hornets.
The only team I could see like maybe having an upset in the East would be the Knicks. Everyone else is like, we're going to see what we expect. And once we get down to the second round, third round, that's when we're going to see the real primetime matchups.
Well, who would Charlotte play?
Probably us if they get in.
Oh, well, if they played us, then no.
I don't see Charlotte beating the Nets because they're either playing us or the Nets.
No. I thought like maybe like if they will finish like 6. I was trying to see like I don't know how many games are left.
Yeah,
if they can like change up the seeding.
They're firmly in the play-in. There's no chance they're making.
Okay, never mind. Nah, because that's the only other team I was like, depending on where they're at, they can probably try to make some noise. Try to.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put money on it.
The only real things to be left to be determined right now are the 4, 5, and 6 seeds between the Heat, Knicks, and Hawks. Everyone else is kind of set into where they are.
Okay, so Charlotte or the Knicks ain't really can fuck up those seating arrangements. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, because everything can change with the play-ins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of money, y'all check out Money Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure to do that. Nice little plug in. Boop,
Yeah,
boop.
right now.
Get money.
Live right now.
Oh, see there? Get money. Yo,
Get money.
I made a killing on the UFC, baby. Woo! Thug Rose, baby. Gotta love her.
For sure.
And sorry, y'all believe in damn Masvidal? Ooh, took a L.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love Street Jesus too, but nothing touches the Nigerian Nightmare, baby.
No,
that motherfucker is the truth.
Not even close.
That man's the truth. I'm sorry that the Burns fight. That's where I was scared. I didn't bet on him on that one because I didn't know how if Burns' speed could get him. But Carmu is the truth right now.
Yeah, Ted, that's a good point that Ted brought up. We haven't lost to Charlotte in 14 games, and we haven't lost to the Knicks in 15 games. So we have long winning streaks against both of those teams.
And I appreciate it and I love it, but this is playoff time, baby.
Right.
Hell, I remember watching when it was just a 5-game series, and boy, you talking about being on your feet.
Yeah.
So it's like I appreciate the win streaks and everything, but when it comes to playoffs, that's where shit could get fucking out of hand, and you're gonna be looking back at that 14-win streak and wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah, I know some people are not so sure. I know for a fact we haven't lost to the Knicks in 15 games or maybe it's Ben Simmons. I think
Ben Simmons streak, yeah.
It's a Ben Simmons streak, right? It's Ben Simmons hasn't lost to the Knicks in his entire career, which is 15-0.
Correct.
Yeah. So maybe we lost them without Ben Simmons and without Joel Embiid, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know we did lose to. I think we lost to them. I think once.
Yeah, Kevin. That's what it is, Kevin.
Yeah,
you're right.
Well, I'm just ready for playoffs now, man. Once you done locked up the number 1 seed, you're like this. Okay, let's just get the team healthy. I could give a fuck less about the rest of the games. Let's just get the team healthy.
Our game Sunday night, I feel like we're just going to be watching the Tyrese Maxey show.
Yeah, they're not playing anybody tomorrow. They're not playing anybody tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Get healthy. Get healthy right now.
You're not seeing that until playoffs start.
Get healthy, get the young guys some experience so they can contribute. This is why the number 1 seed is important. You need those bench players that really don't know how to contribute to learn right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a damn if you could give me 10. I'll take it.
Right.
I'm expecting no one in the starting lineup to play on Sunday. I would say probably George Hill maybe will play.
Maybe.
Yeah, he still need to get his legs underneath him.
He needs to play. He needs to play. Minutes to go.
He got to get them legs under him.
Listen, and when it comes to the postseason now, we're talking about I'm running Joel 35, 38 minutes a game.
Uh-huh.
Ben's got to run 38 minutes a game. Tobias got to run 38 minutes a game. I mean, this is postseason basketball. So, I mean, that's when you don't
ramp it up.
You don't got back-to-backs. So you got a day in between for that reason. Stars play in come postseason time. Ain't no load match. Ain't none of that shit. So I expect 3-4 guys off the bench a night. Maybe 4 max off the bench a night. And it'll be at different times. I don't expect a line change. If he line changes, I'm gonna have an issue with him.
Yeah, we cannot. There cannot be any all bench lineups that we've seen from Doc in the regular season. Just no. And I know we've been ragging on everyone in the Sixers fan base has been saying no Mike Scott in the playoffs at all. I agree with that, but at this point, based off of Doc's tendencies, I have a feeling that's just not realistic. I have a feeling we're going to see Mike Scott. I mean, whether we like it or not, we're going to see him. So,
we'll see.
Good, but if it's only if it's with other guys, other starters, I'm not as worried.
Right.
It's okay, can you go hit an open 3? Can you play tough D? Depends the scenario and the situation. Yeah. But it can't be it can't be a whole sub out and a whole bench lineup and Mike Scott's out there. I'll drive to the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, Tom. That's when it's a dog and pony show. You always say, he's a Dwight Howard, Mike Scott, Shake Milton, Matisse. We cannot have that on the floor at any point in the playoffs.
No,
Yep.
good night, Irene. Play them guys with each other. Like if I'm playing Milwaukee, I would run at times. I would run Dwight and Joel together. If I was playing Milwaukee,
Maybe, maybe.
Oh, bring back that old school Twin Towers.
Yeah, like they're big, so we'll get bigger. We'll have
Yep.
3 guys that are 7 foot out on the court at the same time. So you think
Then
you're
you can't have Ben in that.
I absolutely can.
What about
But
offense then?
But Joel stretches for me.
Then you got 2 guys that Dwight Howard and Ben Simmons where they can just sag off.
Okay, then you have Danny and maybe Seth out there.
I get what defensively what you're saying, but I don't think
I'm not saying for 25 minutes of, you know what I mean? I'm not saying 25 minutes of playing time together. I'm just giving you a scenario. If you feel like you're beat up on the boards, etc., it's not an outlandish thing to think of because one covering Lopez, which would be Joel, and then you would just let Dwight say, okay, go let Giannis shoot jumpers, right? But he ain't getting to the paint easy, and you can do it like that, and then Ben can cover Middleton. So you really put length on them, and it's just a different look. That's all. It's just a different look. If you space it with 2 other 3-point shooters and Joel who can shoot the 3, you're okay. You're not like it's not horrendous. Now I'm not going to do that for a long period of time. I could even put the bias out there depending on matchups instead of maybe Danny, etc. Right? So there's ways to spin it.
I like what you're saying. Is you're basically saying Doc can get creative and throw them off for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want. You want to be creative right now.
Yeah.
You want to give something that nobody's seen before and don't know how to prepare for it. So I give you credit on that one. It's
Sorry. You can do that when you're going to run your starter 35, 38 minutes. You can play that game for 10. You know what I mean? Throughout a game, you can just sample it and say, okay, and you can go off adjustments. That's a great thing about 7-game series is you're playing the same team again. So that's when adjustments come up big. Okay, you know what? We lost rebounding 60 to 45 and whatever. We gave up 15 more points in the paint. You know what I mean? And then we scored. Like then you're like, okay, how do we change that a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
You have options, and especially depending on matchup. You're never going to do that against anybody but Milwaukee. That's the only time you're going to do that. Period. It wouldn't make sense against anybody else. Against them, it makes sense. Nobody else in the league doesn't make sense against. They're the only team.
Yeah, you play your team like you play your best matchup against the team you're playing in the playoffs. Not like I feel like experimenting with some shit like that's what the season's for. But y'all changing up y'all your Western picks because I don't think the Lakers are going to make it. I think you might have to give Ralphie some tissues because he's going to be crying.
I don't think the Lakers are making the finals. Honestly, I just think
This is where like the last year that the reason why they won because they didn't have to travel, they wasn't banged up, and it worked in LeBron and AD's favor. Now they going in limping into the playoffs, and you expect him and LeBron his usual 38, 40 minutes a night on a bad ankle.
Yeah, no, I feel like they're too injured. Honestly, LeBron really hasn't
finally caught up
played a
to him.
game in a month. Like AD's having his hamstring pulled every other day. Like you can't have a hamstring that's ailing you and go into the playoffs and expect to get better. It's just not going to get better.
No.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about back spasms too.
I got something.
AD he ain't doing too well.
What do you guys think about that one? I got Suns and Clippers.
I would agree with that. I mean,
I definitely agree with that one.
It's all about matchups though, because we can have a situation where the Suns or the Jazz face someone that's like, let's say the Lakers.
That's who I was looking at.
Somehow the Lakers are actually good, and they play one of those two teams. Maybe they could upset them, but
is the Warriors in the playoffs? Like, are they in the seeding?
They're in the play-in game, and they'll probably be in the playoffs, but they have to beat. They have to win their play-in games to get in.
If they sneak in, that's the team you got to keep an eye out on. Because you know they got playoff experience. Steph is hot. I'm not saying they will make it to the finals, but I feel as though they can knock out a team that everybody was expecting to make it to the finals.
I just feel like there's a lot of teams in the West that are really good teams, but I don't think there's any clear team now that the Lakers are injured. I don't think there's any clear team that's like the class of the West. Like I feel like the Suns, the Nuggets, they don't have Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I didn't even bring. I was getting ready to bring them up. I mean, you got Denver still.
The Suns and
Dallas,
the Clippers and the Jazz, I feel like are all on the same level, really.
Where's Dallas at?
Dallas, I don't think they're on that level.
I think Phoenix. I think Phoenix is better than those teams because of injuries.
Yeah.
And the Jazz are fucking overrated. I'm not. If I'm in the West, I'm not even scared of the Jazz.
I agree with that.
All I know is Chris Paul pickup for the Suns has been like magical.
That Chris Paul factor is huge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's like.
I don't think they can win a championship because I think they're too young.
No, they're way too young.
But they can definitely get to a Western Conference final, and then then you're all house money talk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, same thing I say with you get there, you become house money because
the logical team with all the experience would be the Clippers, but we saw what happened last year. Like
we did, but they didn't have Rajon Rondo, and I think that's important to them not playing ISO basketball per se. I think he really brings that run the offense, that winner to the table that I think is important for them. So, and the West is down, right? The West is a little bit down. So they jumped the ladder and they're a sleeper in a way because nobody talks about them anymore.
No.
So they're a little bit going through it quietly, but they're definitely a team to worry about because there's no load management with Kawhi and Paul George come postseason time. You know that. And I think Rondo makes them that much better. The same thing I believe Chris Paul does with Phoenix. That's why I think both teams are there. You got veteran-led point guards that know what it takes to win. And I just don't know if Phoenix is old enough yet or experienced enough yet to know what it takes to win a Western Conference final. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right on that. And I mean, just making the Western Conference Finals for the Suns would be massive for that team. Like, they haven't even been in the playoffs for 15 years.
Yep.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like when you trying to take like when I look at the Suns, the Jazz, I'll even put the Trailblazers in there. You know they got those squads, but it's like you said, that's when the experience kicks in when you're talking about making it to the Western Conference Finals. It's like you can see it happening, but you don't know, you don't know what could happen.
Yeah.
And that's where you I always say when it comes to teams like that, what's that?
Todd, what happens if you get Dame time, right? Like you're saying, like you get Dame time. Next thing you know, they're in the Western Conference Finals. So,
it's like those are the teams that scare me the most. That got potential, you see it.
Yeah, the Jazz are good, Joker, but is Donovan Mitchell too much of a volume shooter to be able to win in the postseason? I don't know. Right, you got to prove me otherwise. So I'm not saying they're not good. Their record speaks that they're good, but I don't know how good they are. Like
in the past, Tom, it's almost like the West has always been viewed as the dominant conference, and the best teams are in the West. I feel like this season, really, the four teams in I'm not gonna say the Heat, but the Heat are a top team. The three teams in the East between the Sixers, Bucks, and Nets. I feel like those three teams are better than anyone in the West. Really, honestly.
Agreed.
So
it would have been lovely if we had that little tournament where they combined all the teams right now, wouldn't it? Because now we would, if we sitting at number one, we don't know who we going to be taking a team out of the West or the East.
Yeah, I mean, the East has been clowned on as the bad conference, but this year, really, really not the case.
No, I mean, it's that what happened was everybody just remembers the East just being garbage for so long. And then now that the East is starting to get stronger again, it's like people are still kind of optimistic on it. Yep. And you just got more good teams out in the West. I mean, that's just the number.
West has more quality teams that are potential threats, but the East has a better top talent.
Yeah. The East is top heavy. The West is more spread out.
That's the difference. Everybody in the West got a star.
Up and comers. There's some young up-and-coming teams in the East, too. So, I mean, it just depends how you look at it. But, boys, I'm going to let you guys finish off this party. I got baseball tomorrow, so.
Alrighty, Tommy.
All right, man.
Early it is. Love you guys. Fucking
Yeah.
Love the gear you got, the little man. Breed him right.
Ooh, there ain't enough energy drinks in the world, though. They don't tell you that.
No.
We got to get sponsored by Bang for you, man.
Todd, I ain't sexy enough for that.
Yeah, Tom, I don't know if you're young enough and feminine enough.
I was gonna say.
I don't know if I'm sexy enough for it, but we can
always use Tori. She's always down for a quick little sponsor here and there.
Listen, she might even flash for Bang. I don't know.
There you go. A flash for a bang, but that's what I'm talking about.
We're willing to do things over here. You know what I mean? Sacrifices for the family over here at A2D.
Right.
I mean, shit, a couple interviews ago, Lenny Dykstra taking off every girl's shirt on the air.
Hey, that's what you call that old pimp game in full effect right there, baby. Look at Joe Namath. Joe Namath still throw on that fur coat still think he can get him a young lady or two.
Could you imagine if social media was around back then? Good Lord.
Woo! Joe would be in jail right now.
Lenny would be cooked.
Joe and Lenny would be great cellmates because boy, they rack them up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. all across the world. Oh, mercy. But then it's great talking Philly sports.
Yeah, Jake, did you have anything else you wanted to cover?
No, I think we pretty much got everything out. Sixers are clinch first place, or clinch number 1 in the East. Phillies won tonight, so I'm content. I'm happy right now.
Yeah, happy days.
Happy.
Yeah, man. Now it's just about getting healthy.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's just about getting fucking healthy. Can we, and stay healthy? Because we all know this story. If Embiid goes down, it's a wrap.
Well, freaking knocking on wood right now.
Yeah. Knock on any goddamn thing. Knock on the head. Knock on the fucking every fucking thing. I mean, knock on that damn like button if you need to. I mean, shit.
There you go. Hold on. There we go. Jesus.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's better. Christ. But you guys got anything before we wrap up?
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Nah, I'm good, man. I appreciate it.
Todd, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, Todd, appreciate you coming on. You're always welcome.
No problem, man. I appreciate it, man. I was getting kind of worried. I was like, "This how y'all calling it Fan Friday? No fans." I mean, come on now.
Yeah, we've been busy. We've been busy getting stuff out. So, but no, you're always welcome, Todd. You know how it is. You're always welcome.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, trust me. I was skeptical on the draft, and then when the draft board, I was watching that first round with all you guys, and when Surtain and Horn went back to back, I was like, "Oh fuck, I don't even know where to fucking go now." Because I thought I did really thought the Giants was going to get Smith, and I was like, if that would have happened, I was like, boy, we're fucked.
We would have been,
But we're fucked for years to come.
Yeah, and the Giants got a gadget guy, so I'm happy. I'm all content.
Oh, but man, I really wanted that Week 1 versus the Giants. I really did.
Yeah. It'll come though. It'll come. We got.
Yeah, they just talking shit.
Yeah,
but y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Don't go crazy over fucking gas, because my goodness, if you just go out and go get a Tesla, man. Just get a Tesla.
Right. It's like what, Todd? It's what? It's like 6 a.m. in Germany right now.
Yep, about to be. It's 5:46.
Wow. Gotcha. When do you start?
I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning for you guys, baby. I'm here.
Appreciate it. When's your When's your deployment over?
No, I'm thinking about just living over here for a good minute.
Oh, really?
Man. It's for everything that's going crazy in the States, and I couldn't figure out where I want to live. It came down to Texas and Florida, and you already know how that's already going. So
I got you.
And I love the drive, man. That's what I say. I love the drive. The Autobahn is like, if you're a driver, like a true driver, you will love the Autobahn. There's nothing like truly having your car go in max speed, going 200, 300 kilometers, and just cruising right down the Autobahn, and everybody's getting the fuck out your way.
That's funny.
Yeah. Over here, you will get a ticket if you ride in the left lane. So no more of that people that jump in the left lane. You're like, this is the fast lane. Get the fuck out the way. No, Not over here.
That's funny.
But I still miss the States. I'm gonna come back and visit, and when I do, I'm gonna go in that studio. Okay, I told
you
Tom
definitely
a long
should.
time ago. I'm gonna sit on that damn couch.
You definitely should. We'd love to have
Yes, that's a bucket list. Sit on the
Love
damn
to have
couch,
you.
talk some Eagle shit.
you. Love to have you.
Appreciate it. But y'all be easy, stay safe, and
Yep.
have a good evening, man.
All right, you too, Todd. Have a good day.
All right. Appreciate it. Later.
Later, brother. Gotta love Todd.
Yep.
Gotta love Todd. But fam, we appreciate it. We appreciate you having you guys on, having you guys join us and talk sports and just kind of get away from everything, kind of relax, just have a good conversation. And Money Pot, I believe, is still on right now. So if you want to make some money this weekend, I'm just saying, go right over there. Go right over to the guys at Money Pot Podcast. But before we go, quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you by eXp Realty LLC. Give our guy Alan Foy a call, looking to sell or buy a home, looking to changing career, possible brokerage. Contact our guy again, Alan J. Foy, 302-682-8820. Or visit him on the web, alan.foy@exprealty.com. As always, Jake Friel, John Schmidt. Obviously, Pete and Tom had to leave early because they got work tomorrow. But we'll check you guys back next week. Well, actually, no, I won't be here. I'll be at a wedding. So, but you can always get you'll be able to get Tom, John, and Pete next week, and most likely Todd. Most likely Todd next week. But we appreciate you guys coming on. Please check out all of our shows. We have shows every day on this platform. If you're not able to check out our shows, or if you miss any shows throughout the week, we're on Spotify, Spreaker, all major podcasts, all major podcast apps, websites. We're there. Just search A2D. We're right there. But as always, we'll check you guys back next week on another episode of the Weekly Roundup. Or Weekly Roundup. Jesus, that's been a while. Fan Friday. Later, guys.